And hello, Internet! Welcome to Land Beyond the Mist. I am excited to get back into playing here. We had taken about a week break or so for tax season. We'll probably have to take another one in the future, but for now, we are going to jump back into it. Let's go across the table as we always do. Give your characters and yourself a brief introduction, and then we will tackle your downtime activities. I am going to just go in camera order, so we're going to start up top with Mega. You are the first today. Welcome back to the Miss. Tell us about your character and your downtime.
Uh, is the answer B?
Yes, it is. All right, moving on. No.
Hey everybody, I'm Mega. I have stage fright. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just be saying things and words just be falling out. Okay. I'm Mega in the Discord, Mega Mixer, and Twitch, and today I am playing one Blondie, a shifter base Azamar who uh he's finding his way. Last session he did some like a karate montage against a bunch of like half ghosts in the bottom of a sewer system. He had to deal with the fears of life, and as such, he has become reckless. Some might
Ooh.
say. Uh, I hit barbarian too, and and today, he wants to give another shot at making that tree guy happy, and also he's hoping that when they make the tree guy happy, he might know something about what's going on with all of these hard to get dryads, man. What's going on? Why do they got such high standards? Like, geez, Louise, I gotta have 6 level spells. I gotta have 600 gold. Come on, guys. All right, but yes, I'm happy to be back at it, ready to play.
All right, excellent. Good to have you back. So, after you removed yourself from the karate movie in the sewers with ghosts, you've had some time to spend in Ansham, just hanging out in downtime. What is it that Blondie's been doing during that downtime?
I'll take market for 500. Great.
All right, you spent your time going to the market, finding the various items and builders and crafters, and haggling with them, trying to find the best prices. What is it that you purchase in the market during your downtime?
Okay. Cracks knuckles. Alrighty. So Blondie is he's going into the forest as like a weapon of mass destruction, basically, or many weapons of mass destruction. So he's buying a ton of stuff. The first thing he wants to get is a good mount, or not a mount, but more so like a beast of burden. He wants to get a hunting dog. So Blondie wants to go grab a mastiff.
All right, you absolutely can. And you will find the stables open for business, and they will take your 15 gold in exchange for a new Mastiff. It seems that it is not war trained, but you can. I think you might be too big to ride it, but as a small beast of burden, you can definitely have it pal around with you. A new best friend out in the woods that holds your stuff.
And I had a whole thing here, Gray.
Uh
So
huh.
I'm gonna do a soliloquy. So
Go for
Blondie
it.
walks up. When he was walking up, he was like, "I want a hunting dog, and to make Sylvanas happy, I gotta get the biggest and meanest hunting dog that can take down a flying dragonfly thing in one bite." So he goes to the hunting guy, and he looks like Elmer Fudd. And he's like, I got good dogs here." And I'm like, "Show me your strongest mutt." And he shows me like this huge hulking dog that's so big and so marvelous. It says "woof." It doesn't even bark. But I look over that dog's shoulder and I see in the back, shunned by
Oh,
a dog that has what looks like. What? Can you hear me?
you like had a momentary like
Sorry.
break there, but you're back.
It was a dramatic pause.
It
Uh,
was.
a dog in the back, who looks like he's different. He's got mange from the neck up. So he looks like he's like got like a dog body with like a weird old man head. almost like a dog manticore. He's got neck and head mange, and he reminds me of myself with my like human everything from the neck down in a wolf man's head. And I push the big dog away, and I walk up to this really disheveled looking mutt, and I say, "I will call you Bahamut." And I put like a necklace made out of bones around his neck, and he goes, "Oh woof." And I will. I thought Mastiffs were 25 GP. Greg, is that right?
A Mastiff in the player's handbook is 25 GP. These are less effective. They do not fight for you. They are simply quote unquote riding Mastiffs.
Oh, easy.
So they are priced differently for this level of Mastiff in the Mist.
I see this as an absolute win. So I get my Bahamut, and then I immediately load him down with uh, uh, 40 sling bullets, 18 slings, 10 clubs, 10 quarterstaffs in a tent. So he goes
Oh my.
he goes from having a nice, chill life where he's bullied by the other dogs for looking weird into now being a beast of burden. So
All right. Well, our dogman Blondie acquires a new best friend in the Baja Mutt. It turns out Blondie is the one who let the dogs out. And you load it down with every bit of breakable weaponry you can possibly find and or purchase. I assume you have taken care of that list of purchases and marked off gold as appropriately. Excellent.
yes.
You spend your time like loading this dog down with as much equipment as possible and then waddling your way to the southern gates of the city, where you and your new best friend slash beast of burden will meet the rest of your party. But before we head out, we must meet them. So let's go to our next camera in line. King Leoka, welcome back. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character, and we'll figure out your downtime.
Hey there, Greg. It is good to be back. I am playing Agni, the druid. He is a fire genasi, and he is out here in the mists. Two reasons: as an entrepreneur, and to figure out a way to create more fire genasi, because he's feeling a little lonely. But I think that for his downtime this time around, it's not necessarily starting any new businesses. He's already got quite a few. I think what he's doing instead is trying to give the party an edge in our current mission, which is to resolve the unhappiness of the tree, of the treant on the other side of the Feywild portal. So to that end, what I'm going to do is have my character do some research at the library.
Excellent. Agni, you return to Books a Few, just working on becoming Books a Couple in some various stages. But you spend your downtime leafing through the books at the library, attempting to figure out exactly what in your research here. As you have spent time at the library, you are allowed to ask me, the DM, a couple of questions. I believe you get one question for the library being at level 1. What would you like to know about this treant during your studies?
All right. Well, I think the most sensible question here is simply, what is causing the treant to be so unhappy?
The Ent at the edge of the Feywild is unhappy due to the corruption of the forest. His home has become downtrodden by foul magics, and this has caused him to be sad, much to the dismay of the Fey folk. You know from your research here that the treants are very sensitive to the mood, so to speak, of their forest, and the Mistwood has become a gloomy, dark, melancholy place filled with shadows and strange creatures. This has caused the trees themselves to become moody, which has affected the treant most likely.
All right. Well, I think that helps give us some guidance on how we're going to resolve his sorry state of mind.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you spend your time researching the old tomes, finding what you can about the moods and natures of trees and treants. Eventually, you put away your books a few and will leave the library to go out on your mission, where you will join both Bahamut and Blondie at the gates. But joining you there as well is the third member of our party, Soul Crusher. Welcome back. Why don't you reintroduce your character and we will talk about your downtime.
I am back yet again. Talon is back, and he's looking kind of weird after the last mission. Like, something happened to him. His hair and skin color are changing with the weather, which is kind of awkward and weird. And he's feeling like he's still able to get one shot by anything for some reason. And he's like, I need to find new weapons in this place. This weapon's great, but it's killing me, man. And he's going to steal a nice spot, like he kicks somebody out of like a tent or something. And he's like, this is where the weaponsmith is going to be. This is my new home. As he allocates resources and pays somebody 100 gold to build like a smithy.
All right, very cool. So it sounds like you will be improving the city with your downtime. Blisters on your fingers and all. Very good. Let's take a quick look at our city additions. You are building a smithy of some kind. Are you building a weaponsmith or an armor smith? As these are two different buildings that are available to be added to Ansham.
Building the weaponsmith because I can use wood. I cannot build the armorsmith because there is no stone available.
This is a true fact. Excellent. You spend your downtime setting up the weaponsmith. You will spend one of the wood and one of the metal that we have been collecting in the city itself. You will build up a kind of basic smithy, a little forge, a little extra space to hang weapons and whatever else needs to be made. You also will spend 100 gold coins procuring the services of a weapon smithy to sit here in the new building that you are creating. That was once a tent, apparently.
Yeah, there were some people napping, and he's just like, "Get out! This is my spot now." And they're like, "What?"
Excellent. So spend your 100 gold. I will mark off the wood and the metal from our resources tab here. You are going to have the opportunity here, as I have given everyone else who has built an addition. The weaponsmith level 1 will be built at the end of your downtime. Would you like to name said weaponsmith?
Oh yeah, this is clubs aplenty.
All right, we have books a few and clubs.
That trademark is taken. You're infringing on my intellectual rights.
Sir, I'm sorry, you forgot to take your copyright into the front office. It fell through.
I'm suing you.
All right, Talon. Clubs aplenty will be built. Everyone else will have access to the weaponsmith and its available items to buy during the start of next session. But you have founder's privileges. As the founder of this weaponsmith, you may buy anything from it that would be available in the market next turn. Would you like to buy from this market a great club, javelin, light hammer, mace, short sword, crossbow, light, battle axe, long sword, maul, morningstar, warpick, warhammer, whip, net, blowgun, longbow, blowgun needles, or crossbow bolts, or some combination of such?
I would like to buy 2 short swords.
All right, excellent. 2 short swords are yours. The very first 2 to be made here in Ansham and not brought across the ocean. You can buy them for book price from the player's handbook. Excuse me.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. Well, with a new addition to Ansham and some new metal blades in your hand, you too will join your party members at the southern gates. But there's one last party member to talk to here. McFly, welcome to the Land Beyond the Mist. I believe this might be your first time out here, but I have enjoyed your chronicling of our adventures in the Discord and the Wiki. Why don't you give yourself a brief introduction and tell us who you're playing today?
Awesome. Thanks, Greg. McFly here. I have been busy behind the scenes for most of the first leg of the season. Could not make the camera work today, but I'm here. And I'm bringing Melody Talltales to the table, a 5-foot-tall, yellow, auburn-haired tabaxi bard. She comes from a long family of entertainers, traveling troubadours, really, but she's always preferred storytelling. So tall tales, very tall, like what her grandpa used to tell, and that's what earned the family the surname for the clan decades ago. So back in the Imperium, she got into some serious trouble by fabricating a story about a noble, saying that he made all of his money running a spy network, and the problem was this story was true, and then she thought that exploring the mist would be a nice change of scenery, and embarked in this little venture. She's also vowed to change her ways, so from now on she only tells true stories, so verified facts, exact details. She's been doing that in Anchem, and recently got inspired by Agony and Friends, and she now wants to be part of one of the stories. She knows for a fact that she can be one-shot by almost anything, so might be climbing some trees and try to get out of the way, but will likely not frontline in front of such good, strong party members.
All right.
I don't have a good track record of keeping alive level 1 adventurers, so good luck.
It also starts sweating.
Well, you get to change that track record today. Well, excellent. I am excited to see what Melody Talltales brings to the mist. What fine, true stories get told. But you're not done yet, McFly, as your character, Melody, has not just arrived here whole cloth today. They've spent some time off the boat, hanging about the city proper. You have a chance to use a downtime action as well. What has Melody been doing before deciding to finally go on this adventure?
Working, for sure. He
Working.
set up shop in a corner of the Cloak and Stagger Tavern, providing information services for Anchem citizens. So she calls her little enterprise the Well of Information, Knowledge, and Intelligence. So everybody thinks it's a mouthful, and they call it simply by its acronym, the Wiki. So Melody answers all sorts of factual questions about what's happening in Anchem, the citizens, structures, the shops, what reports have come in by Scout. She's put up a big map of what's been explored on a wall, and has basically taken over a booth at the back of the tavern, and just entertains a lot of the Anchem citizens with all sorts of stories, and true stories.
Very good, very good. Well, you have spent your time doing a lot of work, but let's see how valuable the people of Anchem decided your work was during this downtime. Go ahead and roll for me D10 gold for each character level that you have. In this case, I believe just one. And you will get to pocket that to start your adventure. Oh no! It's just a single gold. Perhaps
Grand total of 1.
Yeah, perhaps the startup costs of the wiki just were a little higher than expected. Who knows? But you have a single additional gold piece to add to your wealth as you then, too, head out towards the southern gates. Here you will meet your other party members and Lord Commander Victoria Hightower, who hands out the very valuable rations to start your adventure. In the morning light, you will each add 3 rations, the maximum amount, to your character sheets, and then we'll gain 6 exploration points as you leave the gates behind and head out into the wilderness and the wilds of the lands beyond the mist. Who amongst you is going to be our party leader as the party heads out into what sounds like the Mistwood today?
guess it would help if I was not muted. I will run it down mid first.
That's what I like to
And
hear.
I will stealthily launch us into the Mistwood. I think we're going. We can go this way. This is fine. As we move like northwest. I am a ranger, so I can use, or sorry, not stealthily, cautiously,
All right.
without an extra point.
Excellent. You move yourself and your party cautiously from the gates of Ansham into the northwestern hex of the Mistwood. As you do so, you will enter into the deep, gloomy shadows rather quickly as the forest comes up next to the gates of Ansham. But you are, in your terrain. You're in your element. Your hair maybe changes gloomier as you step into the deep shadows. But I want to know how this goes for you in the party as you wander through the forest across the brush. Go ahead and roll me a d100 at -10 for your cautious movements, and let us see if you have an encounter. A 33. That is pretty good, but despite your cautious movements, you will notice at some point the very trees and plants around you begin to move as well. Go ahead and roll me 2d10 as we will check your surprise check here. See who notices who first. You've rolled a 1 and a 9, the two most extremes. Would you like to choose the monsters getting a surprise round or the monsters being surprised, Talon?
I would prefer them to be surprised, probably.
I'm shocked. All right. So you notice this. You've been through these trees, these shifting shadows. You notice them shifting a little bit too much. You point out to the party how some of these bushes and trees are moving and getting ready to follow along and stab you. And you are going to get a chance to get a surprise round all together on these creatures. I want all of you to make me a group stealth check, DC 13. If you succeed as a group, you will get a surprise round on these creatures. Oh my goodness.
We're kind of going
at this
hot
stealthy
today.
group. Woo! Very good.
Wow.
And we have
Oh, look at this guy.
All right. You guys sneak up on this group easily. It's pointed out by Talon. They're like all trying to be really stealthy. They're pretending to be sticks. They're pretending to be bushes and rocks. And as you guys are approaching this group, you get to tell me what your surprise round is going to be. These creatures are completely and utterly unaware that they do not have the drop on you, and in fact are waiting only to be ambushed by the party they are hunting.
Greg, this is gonna sound weird. Give me a second.
I like weird.
Can I roll? Can I roll an int check or something to see which one of these guys shoot us? Because I don't like those shooting guys.
Yeah, you fought Needle and Twig Blights before. I don't even need you to roll. Blondie, you recognize this guy up here, pretending to be the stalk of this, fern, to be a Needle Blight.
He's cooked. So Blondie's going to immediately run up and say, Bahamut, stay back! And he goes, woof, woof. And he's going to pull off his back. He has, Jesus Christ, he has 5 quarterstaffs. And he's going to pull off one. No, you know what? I'll use a club. He thinks about pulling off a quarterstaff, and he shakes his head, and he puts it back. He gets a trusty club, and he says, it's time to go clubbing, boys and girl, because I think there's one girl. And then he's going to make a club attack at this creature.
Beautiful. You get to roll at advantage. That is an 11. Let us take a look at monster AC here. That does not hit, in fact. Despite the surprise of this creature, maybe you just get an awkward angle at the rock, but your club just glances off the side of this needle blight and goes, "Oh my god!" But
I punch it in the face.
Ooh, with your offhand, you get an unarmed strike. Yeah, your unarmed strike hits. It's so surprised. It's like watching your club. It doesn't notice as you give it the Hadouken from underneath.
For 5 points of damage.
You punch this thing for 5 points of damage. All right. You smack this thing. Pieces of like needles go flying off, and it's like, oh! But it's not enough to alert its other friends as one of the other party members takes their surprise round.
Yeah, I will take a bow shot. You know, this guy looks like he's having a great day, so he will. I'll probably miss him. You know, it just happens this way every time.
Well, he is surprised as your bow twangs with passion and flies towards him.
I'm also surprised.
That is a 14, though, thanks to your brand new archery style, and that will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Excellent. And I do psychic damage on the first hit on a creature.
Ooh.
As well.
Your
as,
dreadful
Wanderer.
strike is terrifying to the creature next to it, as both the arrow pierces this twig blight and its mind is psychically destroyed and rent in the same action, as this creature like explodes into a pile of dry kindling next to its shocked friend.
My word.
Oh man, my bow gets slightly stronger.
It does. The bloody blow drinks deeply of this creature's life force. All right.
That'll be my turn.
Excellent. This will leave us either Agni or Melody.
Next.
Agni? All right, go for it.
So what Agni is going to do is just scoop up a few pebbles on the ground and with his bonus action enchant them so that they are now magic stones. And then he's going to pop one into a sling and whirl it around. And let's see what he gets here.
You do have advantage. Go ahead and roll that d20 again.
Let's do that again.
That 17 will definitely hit as your stone whirls right into its forehead.
All right.
With 9 points of magic stone damage, this creature also crumbles into a pile of tinder at the bottom of this log, just exploding into twigs on contact.
That's my turn.
All right, excellent. Melody, you are the last to act here. What do you do with your surprise round?
We'll get out the short bow and target one of the bottom ones.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, the most the most bottom one, and
all right, you have advantage. Your short bow fires with a 16. On your character sheet, there should be some global modifiers that you can see. One will say bless, one will say guidance. I think you have those checked. You can uncheck those if you want to. But the 16 will hit regardless. Go ahead and roll me damage. Your short bow twangs with authority, a shot piercing through the southernmost blight, and it too will explode into kindling. Its measly 4 hit points, unable to hold up. With that, your surprise round is over. The creatures come back to, I don't know, awareness, vigilance, and they will attempt to death murder you all. Everybody, roll me some initiative. As
oh my gosh!
He murders so fast.
Oh my god! 20 on a needle blight. Jesus.
Look, man,
that needle blight, really wants to kill me.
Yeah, you Hadoukened it right in the guts, man.
And he's about to Hadouken me with needles. Oh,
He's actually going to go with the Shoryuken.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
All
Bring it.
right. I have Blondie, Agni, Talon, and Melody. So the first to react, though, is, in fact, Talon. What will you do?
Talon will shoot this guy in the corner. His friend is definitely in the way, but I'm a great shot. I never miss.
Never.
He's gonna roll on that one, isn't he? This is the end for Blondie.
It could
Okay.
be.
Ooh, the 17 is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Oh,
For
9
9
damages.
points of damage, you see this Needle Blight winding up a huge Shoryuken, like going right for Blondie's weak points. But as it's like coming up, your arrow like splits its hand like right down the middle, and it just explodes into harmless needles showering the ground.
Why don't
Your
you show you can that? As I, like, run away.
yeah, your bow drinks deeply of its life force.
Mm.
All right, and that looks like is the end of your turn, which will bring us to the dead Needle Blight. It is no longer in initiative, and Melody, after you sprinted out here away from the needle or the twigs, what do you do?
Oh my god.
Another arrow, but I don't think I have advantage.
No, you no longer have advantage on this, which actually makes that not a critical hit and instead a 6 to hit AC 13. Somehow, Melody, this shot just doesn't quite have the oomph you need. It just like lodges itself in the log in front of this twig blight kind of harmlessly.
That's it for me.
All right. That is it for Melody. The Needle Blight is dead. Agni, it comes to you. There is but a single Twig Blight. What will you do?
I'm just going to pop another magic stone in and make an attack.
Excellent. Your magic stone rips through this creature. Go ahead and roll me some damage. For
Oh my God.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. It stands no chance. Your pebble punishing its very existence as it too explodes into a pile of tinder. And with that...
I didn't get to kill anything. What the? Bahamut, attack!
Bahamut,
Get them all!
Bahamut runs over and picks up one of the twig blight's like biggest stick in its mouth and like tries to run back to you, but now is considered encumbered because of all the other sticks on its body.
Yes. He is at 63 out of 64 total pounds that he can carry. Yeah, if he takes up a stick, he will literally mechanically be encumbered, okay? Or uncumbered. Don't do this.
All right. The forest once more goes quiet.
Blondie.
Yeah,
I
what's
would say
up?
Blondie is mad that didn't get to kill anybody, but Melody's never killed anything in her life. She's shell shock on the ground, while Blondie's unhappy.
You never forget your first.
I'll never forget that tree that looked like a woman that tried to murder the hell out of us. It was terrifying.
Mm.
Well, I think we're off to a good start.
Indeed.
I missed my first attack. I don't think so. I think it's a bad omen, Agni.
I don't know. We didn't even really need you, so.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa! I knew you fire elementals are hot, but I didn't know you burn so easily. Jeez. My bad. Ugh.
With that, the forest grows calm. Your combat is over, and you arrive in this northwestern hex, where it's relatively safe. I mean, you did just have to fight some tree blights, but you've set up a pretty safe area here somewhere, where there is a game trail, and the forest seems relatively calm. So, Talon, you got your party here in one piece, without any wounds or any dastardly effects. But now it becomes somebody else's turn to lead the party, as you are now a little bit farther away from the city and deep in the shadowy Mistwood itself.
I'll take it. I
All
need to
right.
do something. I gotta be something. I gotta be somebody. How many exploration points do we have left?
This only cost you 1 exploration point because Talon is a ranger in his favorite terrain.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys want to do some exploration?
Well, we know that this tile is pretty well explored, I think.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So we might as well move. The question is, do we want to try and find the cause of corruption, or do we want to try and interact with the Ent first? Because that'll sort of determine where we head next.
we already know he's upset because his home is getting trashed.
Yeah, but
some
maybe we
evil
can,
tree.
talk him up.
Nah. What's your
Maybe he'll let us
charisma,
know.
Agony? Are you
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go punch some more evil trees.
All right,
Uh,
let's go punch some evil trees.
I would like to move. I
Maybe
guess.
there.
Yeah, literally right there. And I would like to do so cautiously, Greg.
All right. You move. I guess move your token to the hex you would like to move. All right. Yes, you are moving south and west away from the hex you are in, deeper into the heart of the Mistwood itself. This will cost you 2 exploration points standard. For moving through a forest, but you will do so cautiously, which will bring us up to 3 exploration points in total. You have traveled through this forest before. You even went so far as to find a witch of the forest to make a deal with at one point. You know the way around the shadows and the fallen logs and trees, and you lead the party as stealthily as you can deeper into the heart of this place. As you do so, though, there's still a chance that something surprises you out here. Go ahead and roll me a D100 at -10 on our encounter table in the forest. That is a 24. All right. Well, unlike your good pal, the Ranger Talon, the trees don't move when you find them. But you do indeed find a little bit of fallen trees. Let me double check our resources here. Yeah, we are good to go. The area in front of you, as you kind of march through the shadowy forest, kind of begins to feel familiar as you find another patch of fallen dry trees. They seem to have been swept up off the ground, uprooted, and felled fairly recently. But they are straight and free of fungal growths, and a quick inspection of the area shows no signs of immediate threat. Should you choose, you may spend 1 exploration point to spend the time chopping up this wood, getting it into a manageable size, and putting it in your packs to return to Ansham. It will cost 60 pounds total, but if it is returned, you will gain 1 wood resource for Ansham's stores.
I can carry 9 pounds without becoming encumbered.
Mac, how's our wood resources looking?
Okay. But Melody also has Verity the mule and saddlebags that.
A mule and saddlebags would definitely be able to carry a lot of wood.
Yeah, well then let's pack the mule. Why else do we have it?
Right,
I think we
get to
need
work.
an action point though, don't we, to use it?
Yep, you
Exploration
have
point.
2 remaining. It would cost you 1 to spend the time to chop this up.
So we could either move to another hex at normal rate, or do this, and then I guess we could also explore with our last one. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Sounds like the party is in agreement. You spend time taking out axes and short swords and whatever else you can to chop up some wood, find the straightest, nicest pieces. You clear off the mud and muck and vegetation from the forest. and you load up the mule's saddlebags with 60 pounds worth of wood. You have 1 wood resource in your possession. Should you return to Antrim, it will be the city's to use as it wishes. Excellent.
Cool.
At the end of that, you arrive in this hex deep in the gloomy shadows of the Mistwood, unaccosted during your travels. You have 1 exploration point remaining, party. Who amongst you will be our party leader for this last phase of your travel day?
McFly, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. Melody double checks a notebook, realizes that nobody has ever been in this particular area of the woods, and being cat-like dexterous tabaxi, starts investigating and exploring around, which involves a lot of climbing on trees and trying to get a little bit of a vantage point over small ridges and so on, but very a lot of movement around to try to explore and trying to get out of harm's way.
All right. You spend a lot of time climbing trees, looking over ridges, trying to find something of note in this area that you have stumbled across. Excellent. As you do this, there is a chance, however, that you will be encountered by something dastardly in the forest. Would you please roll me a D100 on the encounter table, Melody? All right, that is a 55, which actually will bring us not to a particular encounter, Melody, but it is the cat's most fearsome foe of all, as the rain comes to you. Driving rains assault you and the party, and it turns the forest floor into a sodden, impassable bog of vegetation, detritus, mud, and water. As you try to explore through this area, I need you to tell me how you and the party overcome or avoid all this sodden, mucky mess the sky has caused, or take 1 level of exhaustion.
All right, so Melody's a storyteller, so she starts telling people exactly where to put their feet and how to proceed. It's extreme micromanagement for the teammates here, really trying to get them to follow the same trail as she is trying to take to get out of that rain.
Excellent. Extreme micromanagement and knowing where to place your feet. This sounds to me like very survival wisdom. How exactly to avoid the bog. Go ahead and roll me a survival wisdom check at DC 11. Oh, Melody, you're a natural. Your feline grace knows exactly where to go. You fall out of a tree, tumble 7 times, land on your feet exactly in the spot you needed to land, and tell everyone to step there and follow me as you dance and prance your way through the driving rains. Sure enough, the strange weather of the Mistwood and the lands beyond the mist will eventually pass, and you avoid this horrible bog, now only in a slight drizzle. You explore up a tree and try to find something new and interesting. Your climbing gives you a vantage point to essentially look out upon the forest here. Go ahead and give me a perception wisdom check. The DC in the Mistwood has different than the rain. Your DC in the Mistwood for discovery is 12. Go ahead and give me that perception wisdom at DC 12. No. Perhaps it's the clouds in the sky.
Not good at all.
Or the rain on your fur that's just freaking you out. Or maybe it's just your party members are, still needing that extra help through a little bit of bog. But despite your best efforts, you are unable to find anything of note as you climb the trees here in this area. And
It's Agni's fault. He
Yeah.
needs help just taking cover from the rain. If his fire gets put out, he dies. It's like Charmander.
Oh, you're like a Charmander.
No, I'm kidding. Don't make me do any water levels, Greg.
Excellent. Well, Melody, unfortunately, you do not find anything, and as the fiery-tailed Agni gets some extra help, the day will come to an end. You have used all of your exploration points this day, and it becomes evening time. It is required that you must camp for the night here in your hex. As you do so, the whole party, why don't you tell me how you set up camp as I try to figure out what is next for the four of you.
So Blondie is big pimping, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got this cool dog who's like half human, half dog, or at least he's got no hair from the neck up. You know, he says Bahamut, sit. Like a good boy, he sits down. He takes a huge 20-pound tent off of this dog's back, whips it, comes like bam, just like that. The whole tent pops out. Excellent. And he's got a 2-person tent for himself. So pretty sick.
Pretty sick. Wow. All
right.
right.
I guess Bahamut can share the tent with him. I guess.
He did.
Well, no, because then he'd be a bad mutt at that point, right? He's a hunting dog, so he's gotta sit outside of the tent entrance to bark if anything attacks.
Got it.
You sleep in the mud.
As you get the dog to sleep in the mud and you set up your tent, the rest of your party follow suit in some way, each their own kind of evening time rituals. The four of you will be visited by strange dreams in the night, each of you being filled with a visitation of some kind, perhaps in some ways terrifying or perhaps revelatory. I would like for each of you, excuse me, to roll for me a wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throw, your choice. I would like at least one of you to meet or beat DC 16.
Fail this for sure.
Blondie, wow.
All right.
Hey, Helen.
Melody, Tall Tales, and Agni, you sleep fairly well. You are visited by strange dreams. They make you a little bit disturbed or tired at some point, but you have no issues getting your restful sleep. But you remember them fairly poorly. However, Blondie and Talon, you see a strange sight. You see a small circle of standing stones draped in deep shadows in front of a small cave entrance. And the cave itself seems to hold an even deeper and darker shadow from which a coldness emanates. A coldness of hatred that runs down your spine and gives you a prickling sensation of both being watched and of a desire to see you dead. You are so certain of the veracity of this that you awake in a cold sweat, and you could almost point in the direction of the lingering stairs. It seems that from somewhere to the southwest of you, something watches from a cave.
Now we know where to go.
At the end, yeah.
Oh, I was just about to say. I think Blondie in his sleep would instinctually grab a quarterstaff and hug it close to his body as if he's getting ready to use it with all of his weight to bring on top of some witch's head or something.
You're like a quarterstaff exploding in the middle of the night.
Yep.
It's okay, Blondie. Premature quarterstaff breakage happens to everyone.
Hey, it wasn't premature. Okay, I was threatened. It happens. Wait, I just realized how weird that sounds to my wife. All right, can we cut the stream?
Gotta go.
Yeah.
With that, the evening will, however, come to an end. Each of you, please mark one ration as you consume them during your evening's rest. At the end of, at the end of your night, you may regain any number of hit dice that you may have used. I don't think any of you did. Up to 1/2 of your total to be used in the next day. You may spend any number of hit dice that remained in your pool to regain HP. If any of you lost any, I don't believe you did. And you will regain any spells or class features associated with a long rest in the player's handbook. So, a new day dawns, perhaps with some strange lingering sensations from the party members. You regain 6 exploration points, and you may start your adventuring anew. Tell me, who leads the party on this next day?
We start with
Talon.
6.
Yeah.
I think Talon is like, oh, we need to get out of here. We need to escape towards the madness, and he leads everyone southwest towards this cautiously.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Talon, I was gonna, as we were packing up in the morning, I was gonna reach over and grab your shoulder and say, I had a weird dream last night that we were both naked and standing in front of a cave, and the cave sounded like my mother. What do you think?
You start talking about, and Talon just like is starting like sweating bullets, like super bad sweating, and he's like, I didn't have any bad dreams about getting ominously murdered by something living in a cave. What's wrong,
You were
man?
there. I watched you die.
I might have heard the echo of a scream last night. I might have had to like run out to use the bathroom. Nobody's judging out here.
I don't know what you want to do today, but I think we should go directly south.
Oh, well, I think the thing that made me scared is this way, so we should see what's up,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I just feel like southwest is the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no baggage fees in Southwest. Anyway,
True.
as you lead the party,
They're starting baggage fees.
as you lead the party in a nervous sweat to the southwest, you enter deeper and gloomier shadows of the forest. They seem to linger upon the very twigs and branches in not wishing to part and let go to your dark vision or your torches. But as you creep ever deeper through the forest, I need to know, are you moving cautiously? You are a ranger after all. It's fairly free.
I am, yes.
All right. You move through your favored terrain, ignoring the shadows, following the cold sweat that runs down your back. Go ahead and roll me a D100 minus 10 on the encounter table. A 20. Brilliant. The encounters in the Mistwood don't go that high. 20 is a calm day and no encounter. So despite the relative calm of the day, there's probably a deepening dread as you get closer and closer to the edge of this forest, this area. You eventually find yourself in the hex that you desired. That coldness sweeping over you. You definitely feel like you were close to whatever it was that pulled at your mind the evening before. But your turn as party leader comes to an end as you reach your destination. Now that you are in the darkest parts of the forest, deep within the Mistwood, who will lead the party in this next stage?
Blondie is going to activate his light spell. He's going to poke Bahamut, and he's going to start glowing light. And he's going to say, "Yip, boy." And him and Bahamut will lead the rest of the way to the cave, using their basically that stinking feeling and their ability to lead the way.
Excellent. You also follow the same strange feeling from the night before, searching out the source of your discomfort.
Cautiously.
Cautiously, you will go. Excellent. That will spend an extra exploration point here, getting you down to 3 for the day remaining. As you follow your nose, so to speak, with Bahamut at your side, go ahead and roll me a D100 minus 10 on a potential encounter table as you search your way through the darkest parts of this forest. A 68, sure enough, is most definitely an encounter of some kind. What do you find along the way? Oh, fun indeed. Go ahead and roll me a 2d10 as we determine whether or not you are surprised by this encounter.
Woo-hoo!
You also have a 1 and a 9. Would you like, tell me, it is your choice after all, would you like to be surprised or potentially get a surprise round in this encounter?
What kind of monsters are they, Gray?
Are you surprised or not?
I am not surprised.
All right. You will notice, perhaps it is your previous attempts to woo a dryad, but you will see a like dark and withered dryad in the forest. It is not next to its tree or its hole the way it has been before. It is in fact leading along as if hunting something. 2 needle blights behind it. And as well, the flittering images of some ghostly apparitions, or perhaps just a single apparition, as they trail behind the creature, hunting through the forest. You come upon them before they notice you, perhaps hidden behind some gloom and trees, and you have the opportunity to make a surprise round upon them. I want the party on a 9 to make me a group stealth check, DC 13, to get your surprise round in on these creatures.
Greg,
Yes.
can I do a pass without trace?
No.
Okay.
I just want you to know, Gray, this is horrifying because I'm listening to like a Broken Heart song right now. And it's pretty horrifying that you were to bring Blondie up at this moment, at this time. This was fated.
It was fated as the party does successfully get a surprise round. You are stealthy enough as you come upon this hunting pack of creatures. I'm gonna go ahead and bring us to some combat music as the 4 of you will get a chance to act before anything else happens in this skirmish. What do you do?
Talon immediately shoots a tree.
But is it a
I'll
living
shoot one of the
tree
blights
or
in
is
the
it
back.
not?
We'll have to find out. It's on this twig blight back here, please.
All right, you will fire at the twig blight with advantage. A 23 does in fact hit for 5 points of piercing and 3 points of psychic damage. You strike out this creature and it gives a nutty cry. Ah! Its twigs and needles rubbing together. It is bloodied, but it is not destroyed.
He like runs a little ways off. He's like, "They're so strong."
Excellent.
Good. I don't have enough distance.
And Greg,
I
a
can't-
second arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Second arrow goes to the same twig blight.
Excellent. You fire a second arrow to the same twig blight that was struck before. A 14 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me that damage. For 7. Oh, perfect. Talon, your first arrow bloodies the creature. In the middle of its nutty cry, Melody Talltails finishes the job, cutting its cry short as it falls into a pile of needles in the ground. All right. With that, Melody's surprise round ends. Blondie, what was your surprise action?
Agony, you go first.
Yeah, I think actually I might be able to help you because I am again casting Magic Stone, which you will be able to grab one of them from me to throw on your own. But let's see what I will do then with my action. Yeah, I think I'll just use it. And now the range on a sling, is that only 30, 120? Yeah, okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna have to get up a little bit. 5, 10, 15, is that good enough? Yes, alright, so then I will Magic Stone the Druid.
Alright.
Oh.
That is a 10, but you have advantage. This is a surprise round. Go ahead and give me
yes.
another roll. A
There we go.
20 will hit. Go ahead.
And I'm going
roll
to
me some
break my
damage.
sling.
Ooh.
to do max damage.
Excellent. You sling your sling with as much
So-
force as humanly possible, rending
10.
it asunder as you make your attack, dealing 10 points of damage to the Dryad as it is struck by the most forceful magic stone you can find. Excellent.
Alrighty.
Blondie, what do you do?
Was that the end of your turn, Agni? You're done with everything?
Yeah, so I mean, I did do like an object interaction to like hand you.
Yeah, yeah. So
Or
I
you can
take
use
the
yours.
stone and I take from my side one of my 9 slings, and I look back at Agni and I say, "Now watch this drive." And I take this magic stone and I say, "Stop being so hard to get," as I sling this dryad.
Excellent.
That's gonna be a 14,
A 14 will hit, though.
and I am breaking the sling as
Oh.
well, so it's gonna be max damage.
Absolutely.
I think it's how much damage was that, Agni?
10.
So the
Oh,
sling
yeah.
stone does 1d6 plus your modifier.
Maybe plus your modifier, right? Or mine's, or maybe yours.
Oh, mine. So yeah, so it would do 10 more. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. You two sling your sling as hard as you possibly can, rending it asunder. It breaks apart in your hands, but the magic stone flies with preternatural force, bloodying the dryad in front of you before it even has time to recognize your visage in the forest floor. Excellent. With that, your surprise round comes to an end. I want everyone to roll me initiative against these creatures.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Let's see here. I have Agni, I have Melody, I have Talon. Blondie, do you have initiative? Oh, you do. It's above there. Perfect. All right. With that, we will go to our top initiative of the order, which is in fact the Skulk. Excellent. This creature, this apparition flitting in and out of your perception, is going to go ahead and pull out. You know what? It's not even going to do that. It's just going to float on over here. And from its, like, apparitions, like, cloak, it pulls out a small short bow. And it takes aim right at Agni with this, like, instrument of its own mortality, which will fire at you and strike you critically, Agni. Please take for me, 11 slashing and 10 necrotic damage from the firing of this short bow.
Greg, I would do that if I didn't have a shield I could break to negate a critical hit.
Ooh, very good. You bring up your shield, which takes the brunt of this attack, shattering upon impact, blunting the force of this. So we will take the first roll of each of these, which is 8 slashing and 5 necrotic instead. Beautiful. With that, the Skulk's turn will come to an end, bringing up Melody You're the first to go on your party. What do you do?
Does he turn invisible, Greg?
Oh,
All
good
right,
question.
first-
He fails to turn invisible.
Nice.
Excellent. So first thing Melody will do with a bonus action is to Barkley inspire Blondie. D6, if that comes in handy for you. And
Thank
then
you.
take in and
Ooh, your short bow does not hit, unfortunately, flying well wide.
yeah.
All right. Does that end your turn?
Will be it.
Okay, excellent. Then it comes to you, Agni. You've been struck by this skulk's bow. What will you do?
So, I'm gonna ignore the skulk for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as I make my way to some cover, which is that stone there, I am going to pulling out another sling and try to launch it at the Dryad.
All right. Absolutely. Go
My
ahead
last magic
and
stone
make me
there.
that attack.
Ooh.
Ooh. A 10, unfortunately, does not hit. You see this creature of the forest, like, call up its, like, defensive wooden, like, twigs in front of it, blunting your stone and sending it aside.
Alright, well, with that, I will just press myself up against the rock.
All right. Very good. With that, the creature will go instead. Having defended itself from you, it is going to... You know what? It knows a weakened mind when it sees one. It recognizes you, Blondie. You briefly dated its sister. It walks forward, locks eyes with you, and whispers sweet, charming words towards you. Please make me a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, or become magically charmed once more.
Does Bark Inspiration work for saves?
Absolutely, you may roll a Bardic Inspiration here.
Okay, let me roll first. I might not need it. Hold on. I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm definitely going to need it.
That's a 9. You need to beat DC 14. Oh! Oh! You briefly hear the whispers, and they sound so good. Oh, they remind you of someone. But Melody's, like, inspiration, like, meows through your mind, stealing it against these sweet nothings, and you resist her charms.
Your bewitching ways can trick me no longer, woods witch.
Excellent. Blondie, that comes to your turn after you resist this this charm. What do you do?
I picked up a new trick since I dated your sister. And then I run forward, and I punch her in the face.
All right, give me that roll to hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's an 18. That definitely hits.
Oh.
For 5 bludgeoning damage, you give her the one-liner to end all one-liners, and punch this dryad to death. It falls, crumbles into a desiccated husk at your feet.
A second. Dang it, I don't have enough room. I'll get to you, you twiggy fuck. And then I end my turn. Oh, wait, I will rage before I end my turn.
Excellent. Yep. All right. The Needle Blight will go instead. It looks to you, Blondie, and it looks to Agni huddling behind a rock. It I guess is into dog meat. It is going to try to needle you to death.
Don't do it.
It will shower you in a hail of needles, attempting to pierce your body. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. Please take from me 8 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to retreat away from you. 10, 15, it's just gonna, get over here somewhere, trying to keep distance between you and itself. All right.
That's cool, I guess.
Talon, it comes around to you. What will you do?
You're not muted,
Go ahead.
Talon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's nothing going on there. Definitely not muted. Talon will point his finger at the skulk and cast Hunter's Mark on it, marking it for death.
Very good.
He will remember to turn it on his global damage modifier before taking a shot with the bloody bow. For a 19, does that hit?
A 19 does in fact hit.
All right, and it is.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
So it's 4 psychic damage, 4 just non-existent magical damage, and then 6 piercing damage.
Your Hunter's Mark is included there. Very fair. All right.
Yeah.
14 points of total damage is a towering shot. You bring this creature all the way to death's door, but it still lives bloodied and flittering in and out of sight.
And then Talon will use Agni for cover.
Excellent.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. With that, the skulk will go. It floats its way forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet, getting a nice, good angle on Agni, who tried to hide from him. And then he's going to unleash said bow shot once more. This time, critically missing. Oh, just... you injured its arm with that, first bow shot, Talon, and it pulls weakly at its bow. It can't get good shot. It, the bow shot lands in front of Agni by a good, 5 feet, just sadly, tipped down in the mud. But at the end of its turn, the creature will attempt, and succeed this time, to turn invisible. Poosh. Alright. Disappearing from your sight. Melody, it comes to you as this skulk disappears. What do you do?
Not knowing where the skulk is, Melody will take a bow shot at the remaining twig blight. Let me try that.
That 22 will definitely hit.
Okay.
For 4 points of piercing damage, your bow shot perhaps not as effective as you wanted it to, but you do damage this thing. See needles falling off of it into the ground from where you've struck it.
Excellent. And then she will retreat till further north and take a look.
Okay. You retreat north, and Agni, it comes to you. What will you do?
Let's see here. So the skulk is invisible. I think I'm gonna go around here, and then I'm going to. I think I still want to conserve some resources. So what I will do is, just magic sling, magic stone, and then bring out a sling and try to get that.
All right.
So I'm targeting the visible creature still, the needle blade.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Actually, I don't know if I'm within range here. I'll have to move up a little bit, actually.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
All right. You run out from cover, sling your sling stone. A 16 will definitely hit.
And I will break the sling.
All right. You shred your sling in a practiced motion, disintegrating it and dealing a maleficent hit to this creature, exploding it in a shower of needles.
And then I'll just go back behind cover.
Excellent. With that, the dead dryad goes, and then Blondie.
Sniff him.
To kick the dryad body, and then I would like to move here, Greg. Do
Okay.
I run into anything?
You step on some twigs and a log, maybe a rock, but you don't seem to bump into an invisible creature during that path.
What if I go here?
Same. Yeah, unfortunately.
Alrighty. I'm going to use my attack action to punch the square in front of me.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll to hit at disadvantage. A 17 is your strike. You strike very hard, right where you think an invisible creature would be in that square if it was there. But you do not hit anything with your mighty fist.
And I'm going to punch this square.
Okay.
With my bonus action. 11.
An 11. You take a mighty swing as best as you can, but once more you connect with nothing.
Uh-oh. What does Rage say? Give me a second.
So your turn is going to end now, right? So if next turn you have not taken damage or made an attack, then your rage will end. Like successfully attack. Yeah.
Show yourself, coward! Nah, my turn.
All right. With that, the Needle Blight would go, but it is dead. Talon, it comes to you.
So Talon has marked this creature with Hunter's Mark, and something that doesn't come up very often is that Hunter's Mark, specifically, let me post the spell again so we don't have to scroll up to look for it.
Okay.
It allows you, it helps you track creatures that's marked by it if they get away from you. Like, you can kind of detect where they're at. Is there any way I could use this to get some kind of check to try to find where this invisible creature is? Like, can I hear it breathe, like heavily breathing in a
Advantage
corner?
on wisdom to find it. Yes, I will let you make either a wisdom perception or wisdom survival check as called out in the spell. I will give you advantage and disadvantage on the check because it is both invisible and marked by your spell.
That is very fair. I shall give it a shot. 15?
15 is going to be enough. You know it to have not moved from the spot it turned invisible in.
I just kind of like look at everyone and I just take a shot at where it was standing before. Like,
Yeah, it
really
didn't have any
didn't see it?
movement left at the end of its turn.
it's still invisible, so it's disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Does a 12 hit it?
That is a 12. Does a 12 hit? A 12 does not hit. Despite knowing where to fire your weapon, your bow shot goes through the, like, seemingly empty space in front of you, striking not at the creature.
And then I will heroically retreat this way.
Excellent. With that, it does come to the Skulk's turn, and it will begin its turn by moving, and it's going to have to decide whether it wants to eat a dog or keep trying to get this guy who throws stones.
Hold on, I think it's Melody's turn.
It is not.
Oh,
the
I see,
Skulk
it's invisible.
The Skulk has 22 on its initiative.
Yep.
The creature is going to not change its mind. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet right up next to you, and it is going to attack you from invisibility and then turn invisible after it does so. It will make its swing here with advantage.
I don't know why that was so scary just now. I don't know what it was going to do.
That is a 25 against you, Agni. Please take for me 7 more slashing damage and 5 necrotic. Alright. At the end of that turn, though, it does come to Melody's turn. What will you do?
All right. You okay, Agni, there, or you need a little bit of healing before you...
Doing too hot.
Okay. Melody will throw a quick bonus action.
All right, bonus action healing word. I think I heard for 5 points of healing. Excellent. Go ahead and mark that healing there. Anything else with your turn?
Yes. Coming in, and then
All right, Melody, you fire your short bow, successfully striking this creature for 4 points of piercing damage. That is exactly enough to end the Skulk's life. It falls into the ground dead, turning into those little drops of mercury. Excellent. With
Wonderful.
that, your combat comes to an end. The dark forest quiet once more.
Would we be able to take a short rest?
Yeah, you could spend the exploration point to take a short rest.
In addition, I wanted to see if I could take at least one Dryad arm.
Yeah, I mean, you did it before, right? You can lop off with a hand axe or something the arm of this like desiccated Dryad.
I think before we short rest, we still have to resolve the discovery roll.
Well, I don't
No.
want to get into somewhere where we're gonna have more fights.
I thought we just
Before.
moved, right? This was my part of the day,
You
and I just
are,
moved.
you are discovering currently. This is a combat that happened while you were discovering.
Okay.
If you want to take a short rest before resolving that, I don't mind. You just got to
Okay.
have the points to spend. You could just set up shop right here and then finish out the discovery after the fact.
That would be wonderful.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well then, it sounds as if the party stops here. You take the time to dress your wounds, eat some food, drink some water, and you have the opportunity to take that short rest. As you do so, you may spend any number of hit dice, up to 1/2 of your hit dice total rounded up, to regain HP, as well as gain any spells or class features associated with a short rest in the player's handbook.
Perfect decision. We wiped them out. Now we got the AK upgrade. Okay. No, I think we want more troops.
We have...
Oh, we got some noise coming from
Yeah,
you.
somebody's YouTube video, I think, is coming through.
Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. Let me look up. All right, perfect. So you spend your time resting up here and getting ready for the rest of your journey. Is there anything you do before leaving this site of the battle, or are you ready to just move on and finish exploring this hex?
We're gonna loot the bodies, Greg.
You're gonna loot the bodies. Very perceptive of you. You spend some time looting them. They, of course, will have some odds and ends. The mercury-like droplets, beads that come from these skulks are well known to be valuable back in town. And there's just some nice polished stones, some feathers, some just nice trinkets that you could potentially sell as well. As you loot the bodies, quote on quote, let us find this. Go ahead and roll me 3d8, Mr. Blondie, and let us see how much value they have. You have 13 gold worth of valuables that you take from these bodies.
Cool.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, with that, you wrap up your short rest. You feel a little bit more rejuvenated, a little bit less terrified of what is to come, perhaps, and you continue your exploration. Blondie, you don't need to roll, as you are following this like dread dream, this portent of disaster that followed you in the evening, and you will eventually make your way to a probably very familiar sight, as you have seen this nowhere else but your dreams. In front of you stands a familiar pair of standing stones. Let's see. In the dimmest part of the forest shadows, you find the circle of crumbling and decrepit standing stones. The lush forest grows up and around the stones, but does not seem to dare encroach upon the circle itself. You guys are all trappers and clerics and rogues and barbarians. We don't have a druid among you, correct?
We do.
We do.
Agni is a wildfire druid.
I'm the druid.
Excellent. You just don't seem very druidic to me sometimes. I get it. Agni, you amongst the party will recognize this as a druid's grove. This is a meeting place of druids. These standing stones would have acted in some way as a gathering point and a way to contact the others. Nearby to this circle of standing stones, you will also see the opening of a large forest cave. There are footpaths and other signs of someone or something having lived in the cave, or at least been active near it very recently. The two of you, Talon and Blondie, that have seen this in your dreams, you feel a coldness and a fear kind of running down the backs of your spines. What do you do as you see this visage in front of you?
I
So,
start
Greg-
shooting immediately.
Hold on. So, Greg, you said that the circle stones, you use it to communicate with, so how do? I pick up a stone and dial a number?
This would involve a druidic ritual of some kind. These stones act as kind of like sending stones, an ability to call upon others of your ilk when it is needed to come to a conclave or some kind of decision making.
Okay. And can it contact any, like, say that I've got druids that I was raised with back on the mainland. Would I be able to use this?
This would be for druids of a particular circle or order, right? If the grove itself was a druidic order, or if there was an agreement upon multiple druid types to meet here, right? This is a druids have a like kind of hierarchical system of governance, I suppose, that involves like kind of independent groups, right? A high-ranking druid would likely be stationed nearby, and they would use this place as a meeting ground or conclave for those like working for them, and these stones would be how they would call upon them when governance is needed.
And do I have an idea of what order this might be? Like, is this based on like the layout of the stones? Is this an order I might have heard of?
I think that there's probably like druidic glyphs or messages throughout here that you, of course, could read. This is a druidic circle of the land that has the marks of an archdruid. An archdruid once ruled this place and called it their own. The order here seems to be connected to the forest itself.
And do there seem to be like recent markings that like show recent use, or is this very ancient and not seem to be like?
This is quite ancient. It seems Not has touched it in some time.
Okay, interesting. but possibly this could be used to contact other druids from this order if I could figure out the ritual properly.
It could indeed.
Well, I'll share all this information with the rest of the party and ask, what do you guys think we should do? Should we try to contact any druids? Maybe we can get some help from them in cleansing the forest if there are any left over. I don't know. This seems like a very ancient circle, but maybe somewhere in these lands beyond the mist, there's a druid from the circle still remaining who'd be willing to help us out.
Alan,
Nice name
like
drop.
reaches over to tap you, and he's like, "Shh, be quiet, man. Something's watching us. There's something in there. There's something in there we gotta take care of. We have to, or otherwise it'll hunt us down and kill us all."
Yeah,
Well,
we should
all the more
definitely.
reason for us to find a druid then.
Yeah, we should definitely do that idea that you had, but also we do have to keep it down.
There's no time for a
Alright.
ritual.
I mean,
Whispers.
how long would it take? Do I have any idea of how long these sorts of rituals take, Greg?
Oh
Like
man,
a-
druidic
standard
rituals
ritual
are
time?
interesting. Sometimes they're as simple as a single spoken word, and sometimes they're complex and require days, if not months, to complete. Have you what is your experience with druidic life? Like, are you relatively new to this, or have you been called to conclave before?
I think that my character was raised among like a relatively active circle of
Mhm.
druids. So I think he's probably like a relatively low-ranking member
Mhm.
overall, but I think that
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
probably
definitely.
at least seen something like this then. Druids are kind of weird people. Sometimes they like to do things more complicated than they need to be. But in the case of getting everybody to come talk in a conclave, that's like their favorite thing. They don't want to put much in the way of that. You've seen a small offering, perhaps in your fiery circle. You've seen like an offering burned, some kind of like holly or some kind of offering of your wildfires forest, burned upon a stone and a word spoken while kind of communing with the magics that encircle it. It seems a simple ritual to you, though one whose perhaps exact practice maybe you haven't partaken in yourself, only observed.
well, could I try to use my general knowledge of nature to try and maybe there are some leftover supplies that they use for these rituals or something nearby or something, and try to recreate this ritual quickly. See if I can get in touch with someone before we venture into that cave.
Yeah. How do you recreate it?
So yeah, I think that I sort of try to I gather from like how the circle's set up, and like you said, there's usually like some sort of altar or something where like an offering is made to the gods or the spirits of nature. And based on that, try to see like, is it a ritual where they used plants or they made a mixture and drank it, or based on the tools that they had, and then see if I can find some nearby in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, you'll succeed at this, right? You're a druid. You're at the place of ritual. You find what you need, right? Perhaps it is exactly as you say. There's maybe a small altar either inside the circle or by it. You find the remnants of like certain plants in the area. Perhaps there's a mixture or a tonic to drink. That you spend your time kind of identifying these plants, thinking about the ritual. You examine the stones and the druidic carvings that are left. You feel very confident you can put together this ritual. You just gotta find the right things, maybe a mortar and pestle to like create this like tonic that you need to drink. Maybe you need to bring some like water to boil, which you are uniquely qualified for. And sure, you can spend your time doing this, right? This is a matter of not you like succeeding or failing as much as it is like spending the appropriate time to make it happen.
Well, we've got some exploration points still for today, guys. Would you mind if I maybe spend one of those? And if you guys protect me while I conduct this ritual, it could be of great help.
No, it's like, don't worry, I'll find the perfect spot, and he just like finds the best looking bush to hide in,
Yeah.
like ambush whatever comes out of the cave to kill you in a couple minutes.
Blondie doesn't even say anything. Him and Bahamut are already crouching in some bushes.
Alrighty. Alrighty. You guys just keep
Agni,
watch.
if that's going to take a few moments, I think Melody would then ritual cast Detect Magic just to see what else pings around the circle or even the cave entrance.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You spend some time ritually casting Detect Magic. What does that look like for Melody? Like, what does your ritual entail?
So that's the problem here, looking sideways at Talon, because being a bard and having bongos like portable Cajun box at the belt, this will make a little.
Maybe hold off.
Like,
Yeah.
Talon
Yeah.
like stands up a little bit from his bush, holding like 2 twigs, and he's just like goes back down.
Well, I guess, do you cast your ritual, or do you hold off?
I sense danger.
It's dangerous, man. You're in the thick of it. Your danger sense is pinging all over the place. All right. I can't hear McFly, so I'm going to go ahead and narrate a little bit on what Agni does here, and you can like either chime in with a yes or a no when you feel the need on the ritual. We can talk about what you might have seen. Agni, you spend some time identifying these plants. You search through the forest, perhaps with some help from the party, perhaps just letting them hide. You find perhaps some holly, you find the right fern, you find the root of something, you find something from the Feywild. You start making this concoction. You infuse it with some of the magics from the circles themselves, the circle of stones itself, upon the altar. You bring some water from a nearby stream to boil. You create this tea and you drink from it. You place your hands upon the standing stones and open your mind to make contact with a druid of the circle. It takes but a moment as you feel your mind open out through the length of the forest. You find first only dead druids. The stone seems to recognize where they have laid their final remains. It tries to call upon each of them in turn, but they are not able to convene with you until finally your mind comes into touch with the one who would be normally casting the spell, the archdruid of the circle. Your mind is cast to a cave, a nearby forest cave, and you get the glimpse of something horrific in your mind, something that makes your spine run cold with fear, and you hear a scream of pure hatred rend through your mind, and it seems to be directed at you and your party members. I would like for you to make me a charisma saving throw, DC 14, or become overwhelmed with the fury of the archdruid.
Oh, this is great. This is exactly what I'm great at, charisma. All right, let's do it. No!
Oh, you try to resist it.
It's because of my fool mark.
It is the fool mark. Oh, if you
That's so good.
if you hadn't have played with the blade, you that's so funny. You fight it for a moment, but the party members you see as his hands leave the stone, Agni turns to you and his eyes are bloodshot red, and a crown, an iron crown, forms above his head. He reaches for his weapons and in a fury seems to wish you death. we're going to go ahead and take our first break right there. And we'll come back in 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully, we will have a functioning McFly, and we will have a chat. Or less of a chat. We'll have some, perhaps, combat with our druidic friend. We will see you very soon. Mike Live. And hello, Internet! Welcome back to Land Beyond the Mist. We were just having a lovely talk with some dead druids when Agni has had his mind overcome with a blinding hatred, a fury driven from his connection with the archdruid in this circle of standing stones. The party sees Agni turn from the stones, blood-red eyes emblazoned with fury, an iron crown beginning to form over their heads. As you see this happening, I want all of you to roll me initiative. Agni, I want your initiative to be +2.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
In addition to what I have, or
No, total.
okay, so it's actually an 11 then.
An 11. All right. Beautiful. With that, Blondie, you are the first to like react as Agni turns, an iron crown above his head, hate running through his eyes. What do you do?
Oh God. I'm going to attempt to subdue him with this crown of madness upon his head. So I run up and I'm going to attack him, but instead of actually punching him, I'm going to attempt a grapple.
All right. Excellent. I want you to make me a athletics strength check, Blondie, as you attempt to grapple Agni. Agni, I want you to make me a similar check, but I want you to make me a check at +6.
Jesus.
Athletics or acrobatics?
+6 athletics.
All right.
Damn it!
Blondie, you attempt to grapple Agni, grasp his arms, to, like, prevent his actions, but he is so strong. Like, the strength running through this, like, wildfire druid is unlike what you expect or know from him before.
Bahamut, I choose you. Use Maul.
It tries to run towards you, but it's laden with so many sticks that it can't get there in time.
You
Picked up
failure.
another stick again.
I told you no more sticks. Damn it. Okay, I end my turn.
Melody, it comes to you as you see Blondie attempt to grapple your infurious friend. What do you do?
Melody's gonna get a little bit closer, but not too close. And being a storyteller and an entertainer, she'd love to try to persuade Agni that this is not real, that he has to come out of this bad dream and situation, that this is not his story, this is not a true story, and he's got to snap out of it. So using the bongos as backbeats to this rhythm and prose, she's trying hard to get Agni to snap out of it.
All right. You do your best to assist Agni's mind in fighting this curse. I will allow Agni to save with advantage at the end of their turn. When it comes
Bardic
around.
inspiration. Bardic inspiration.
Excellent. With that, it comes to Agni. Agni, you are filled with fire and brimstone and pure hatred, and one of the objects of your hatred just tried to grapple you. I want you to make me an attack roll with whatever you have on hand, your arms, your weapons, whatever. Your strength is set to 18 for the time being until this madness is over, and you have proficiency in every weapon.
My strength is already 18, Greg.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. No, never mind. It was a different one. Every stat except strength, you know. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna take a big old quarterstaff, and I don't have a shield anymore, so I'm gonna two-handed swing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be D20 plus 6. Oh, that's a 23 against you. As I
Oh.
try to bop you on the head.
I think
Blondie.
that is going to hit Blondie. Go ahead and roll for me damage with your quarterstaff, including the strength bonus.
Would you like me to break my
+4.
quarterstaff, or are you not going to be that?
I'm not going to force you to take a player option against your players, no.
All right. So that's going to be a D8 plus 4. There we go.
Blondie, please
11.
take for me 11 points of damage. And Blondie, this is not bludgeoning damage. This is cold. This hits you with fear. It hits you mentally. The fear of the Archdruid runs through you. This is psychic damage.
No! I thought you were going to say necrotic. I'm resistant to necrotic. No,
Get in the
my
face
one
and hear your
weakness.
mom joke.
My one weakness. No.
Agni, at the end of your turn, using your regular charisma, go ahead and make me another charisma save. I will grant you advantage from the bongoing of Melody Talltales. Your DC is once again 14. Oh, beautiful. After you strike your companion with as much force as you can muster, your mind is cleared. The bongos, the calls of the storyteller calm you, and you see your eyes clear, the crown crumbling to rust and falling around you in a little circle of dust.
I feel so much better now that I hit you in the head.
Oh.
All right, and I'm gonna just cure wounds him.
No. Keep your spells for. Maybe something
yes,
like that.
guys, there is something extremely terrible and evil in that cave. Oh wait, we already knew that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, keep your spells. I'll just I'll take one of my greater healing potions.
A greater healing potion. That might be a little much. Even.
I'm at
Oh, you
25
got, 5 of
out
them.
of 36. Yeah, I got 3. So there we go. All better.
Nice.
All right.
Yes, we must be ready. Everybody, prepare yourselves. And all of a sudden, a little fox jumps out of nowhere.
Excellent.
Oh, actually, I don't want to use that yet because when it appears, it has an ability. So hold on.
The elemental plane of fire briefly sees, but then comes back.
Okay. Well, we gotta kill a, what do you call it? Druid?
It seems to have been an archdruid who lost his mind or was taken, something corrupted it. It's terrifying.
How strong are archdruids? That sounds like a druid, but stronger.
Strong enough that we need to prepare a trap of some sort if we want a chance at this.
Archdruids are specifically one arch stronger than a normal druid.
Jesus. A whole arch?
Whole
I know,
arch.
terrifying.
Ah, crap.
I think we could just, if we sneak up on him, if we're really careful.
I
I
Agni.
think
You got that
unfortunately my
spell.
ritual alerted him. But
You got that spell, Agni. That really cool spell that makes us hide good.
oh yes, and I can make us pass without trace.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do that and then gank this nerd.
Alrighty. I'll cast that on us.
Wait, hold on. We got to do some preparations.
Okay.
I have 2 more potions of greater healing. Can everybody heal here except for me? I'll keep them. You guys got healing
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah. Well, you can heal, can't you?
Like once a day. So I'll keep
Okay.
one, and then I give one to Melody. And I say, use this if you see one of us die. So add a potion of greater healing to your sheet, Melody. That does 4d4 plus 4 healing.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
And then you, Agni, I take off of my back of many things a shield, and I say, use this. This
Oh,
will
thank
make sure
you.
you don't get crit again.
I
And then-
want to give the ranger a little whistle, and I'll say, if you need to be hidden for the advantage of stealth, if during the combat, if the spell wears off for some reason, break this and you will be hidden with no problem.
Excellent.
And
thank
basically, I'll send you the info.
Mm.
This calls like a swarm of birds to fly around you, right?
Mhm.
Terrifying.
I'm trying to think. There's one more thing I want to do. What was it? It'll come to me later on when we're dying. I remember that. I feel like, oh yeah, I wanted to make sure everybody was full health as I bleed out and Archdruid makes fucking twig blights out of my bones or something.
Hey, I'm great. I have 12 max HP.
Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? What have you done? What have you done?
Goodness.
Okay, I'm just looking on my sheet. Oh god, is there anything else I could do to give us an advantage? I think really to pass without trace is probably the only thing that'll help us
Yeah.
here.
All right.
If we're within 10 minutes of doing our action, I have a couple bardic inspirations that I could toss out. That could be very useful. I'd be tempted to send one your way, Blondie, and then Agni, Talon, who wants to be most inspired.
I'll keep
Well,
it a
you should-
$150. You're probably better off saving those until we're in combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Agni's probably the safer bet.
Okay. All right.
I am going to cast protection. Oh wait, never mind. I gotta concentrate on pass without trace.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on.
Alrighty.
Yeah, wait. You
Okay.
gotta wait and see if I get charmed, because that's
All right.
happened twice already.
I think with that, then we can cast pass without trace, Greg.
All right. You cast Pass Without Trace. Your footsteps dampen. Your shadows shorten. You become almost one with the deep gloom of the forest around you. And you stare at a forest cave opening, a coldness radiating out from it, and the knowledge of something foul deep within. You enter the cave. Entering the forest cave, you will notice the air hums with latent magics, and the chill settles deeper into your bones. The darkness is oppressive, and it clings to the edges of the light as if trying to intrude back upon the twisting growth of moss and vines revealed by the flickering lights of either torches or the little sunlight that comes through the forest from the outside. You will see that the room has a chamber, or the cave has a chamber deeper beyond this dark room. You can barely make out the entrance though from the depths of the deep shadows. Do you make your way through and cross this deep cave?
I say, yay. What say you all?
Yeah, I think we just carefully cross this
Alright.
cave.
You start walking across this cave as carefully as you can, stepping lightly and quietly into the ever deepening dark. Those of you with dark vision will soon find it failing. You've become engulfed in a near magical darkness. Torches are subsumed, barely able to beat back the dark shadows here. And as you attempt to step through to the chamber beyond, I'm going to need each of you to take me some amount of damage, as the floor itself is covered in a spiked growth. I want each of you to take from me, as you walk across this, 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet. If you want to just cross all the way to the back of this new chamber, I want you to take from me 10d4 piercing damage.
Oh my god.
If you
I think
stop before then, I want you to give me 2d4 and then tell me what you do.
Stop.
I think I'll be the first one, and I'm willing to take that initial damage. That's it's kind of
Okay.
my fault that Blondie got hit earlier. So I'm gonna take that. Immediately recognize what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll take 5 piercing damage,
Perfect.
and I'm going to call back to sort of whisper to the others. Guys, you can't go any further. He set up a trap for us in the darkness. We have to lure him out somehow.
You can do that chicken dance again. You want to? Oh, we could probably pee on the ascending stones. He will probably want like that, right? Just oh yeah. Look at this. All the druids are dead, and you're gonna be next. I don't know. You want to do that?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Desecrating the druid's circle of stones is one of the most offensive things you can do. And
All
even
right.
in his madness, he would be terribly angry. Let's back out.
Okay, you first.
And I was pulling out spikes as I go, back out of the cave.
All right, I want you to make for me a strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check to either leap or move through the pieces of spike growth you already walked across back without taking further damage. Your DC is going to be simply 11.
Oh my god.
I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration on that, by the way.
All right.
So that's what, a D6?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a 13. Okay, you manage to roll and tumble your way past these spikes, knowing where they are hidden beneath the moss and thick, choking vines. You do not take any further damage, retreating back out of the dark cave. You find yourself once more in the dimmest part of these forest shadows, the standing stones laying above you.
So, I'm a druid, right? So I would know, essentially, if I know how to set these up, or how they work, do I know, how to sort of ruin them?
Yes, you could desecrate them. You could make them essentially like a fouler state than they are now. The magic of these stones is deep enough that it would take more than a single kind of lower level druid to remove their powers. But yeah, I mean, ritually you could befoul or desecrate them in some way, though their magics would be retained in some small part.
Okay, well that might not... Do I have any idea whether the Archdruid who set it up would realize this?
He seems connected to it in some way, though he hasn't left the cave, despite his clear hatred for you and your party members. Whether he chooses not to or cannot, he hasn't come out to get you.
Well, we can try this, and if he simply can't come out, then we can try to burn away the spike growth, I suppose. Right, guys?
Well, let's think about
He's
this,
dog,
right?
and I'm like,
Think about this. Wait, hold on. Blondie was literally made fly down, getting ready. Oh yeah, he thought about it. He was like, wait a minute. If this guy's strong enough to make you crazy, and then he put in something in the cave to keep us out of there.
The spike growth is something I could do.
Well, I mean, it kind of doesn't seem like he wants to fight us, right?
yeah, he's scared. Look, Blondie, I look at your dog. What if we throw your dog in there with all of the wood and
You
then
cut that
step on the? Did I? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, I didn't
what
say
if we
you cut
throw
out. I
all the-
said you cut that out. Right
Oh,
now.
sorry. Maybe we throw all the wood in there, or we use it to make a path.
Look at this precious
If
boy.
we need to start a fire, I can start a fire in there.
Well,
That's
what I'm
something
saying
good
is,
at.
if he doesn't want to fight us, do we want to go fight him? Is this
Oh,
something?
we
yeah.
need to fight him. Yes, he's the cause of all the corruption in this.
Is he though, or is he the victim? Is what I'm saying.
There's only one way
or
to
the other,
find out.
We need to get to him, and his mind has been taken over. I believe he is the one in charge of this.
What I'm thinking is maybe if we give it a day, right? That spell can't last forever. We give it a
Yeah,
day.
how long
He'll
is
just
spike
cast
growth?
it again. He'll just cast it again.
Well,
It
he
could
cast
be
it.
just a
because-
permanent effect from
Hmm.
him,
It could
right?
be that
He's
too.
he's
What
an
I'm saying
archdruid,
is-
or they might be in tune with nature, and it could just be something that happens.
What I'm saying is, if we're able to sneak in there tomorrow without us letting him know we're there by using the sending stones, then we could actually sneak up on him and knock him unconscious and then like clear his mind or whatever druids do. The reason why he put spike growth there is because he knew we were coming because you did your sending stone chicken dance, right?
You don't know
Yeah.
that. I
But-
mean, maybe, or maybe we would waste a day.
But what if he's stronger at night and he's just waiting for nighttime to come out and beat the crap
Yes.
out of us?
Yeah, we really don't know. I think it's more dangerous to leave and because he could send stuff after us. We might not be able to get arrested, and then we would be weaker.
Okay. If you want me to pee on the stones, just say so. You don't have to come up with these excuses.
I think that's the best bet. Everybody else, for the moment, try to hide and let's set up an ambush.
Sure.
And yeah, let's have the dog pee on the stones.
Dog man. Excuse me.
Dog man, sorry.
All right.
Well, and your dog.
Volcano Los Dos.
Come on,
You
Bahamut.
guys set up an ambush. You encircle the cave opening, ready your weapons, prepare yourselves for a fight to come. You wait for Blondie to mark his territory upon the standing stones. Blondie, midstream, you feel a coldness run up your body as if through the contact made with the standing stones. A pure, unadulterated hatred and disgust rips through your body. I need you to make me a DC 14 charisma.
Oh, God, you gotta be
saving throw.
kidding me, Greg.
Wait, so that's like those like African parasites that the little fish that can go out.
I don't think it's
Yep.
anything like that.
it's just a stream of bad energy.
It's like you pissed on live electricity and you got electrocuted yourself. Oh.
Greg,
Yeah.
does this help me at all? I
If
should
it
be able to jump
was-
out of the way.
If it was a dexterity saving throw, it would have helped you, but unfortunately, it does not affect your charisma, your mental capacity.
Okay, I'm gonna do something here. I'm going to, as I feel that druidic static electricity racing up the stream, and I'm struggling to pull back and cut it off. Abort mission, abort mission. It's too far. Bahamut, run! And he's like sitting there. He's already. I'm going to use my snake eye bone dice. As a single tear comes down my face. You guys hear 2 pops. Loud, meaty pops in my pocket as I destroy my dice.
All
And I give
right.
myself a 20.
You give yourself one free 20 to any dice roll. You can choose to spend it right now to avoid the hatred running up your spine. You've also given me a free 20 on a dice roll that I
is
will
what it
choose
is.
to use when I feel appropriate.
Can I roll and then use it, or do I have to use it now?
No, you have broken the dice. You may choose to use the 20, or you may choose to save the 20. But it has been spent. Your dice lay
I
broken
use it.
at your feet.
It's cool. I use it.
All right, you resist the hatred running up your mind and body. You break away from the piss plan on the standing stones.
That's not going to work, guys. He's got little parasites that climb up the stones and go into your body.
Oh no! Look, guys, let's just take all the wood that we picked up and we'll use it to protect ourselves.
All right. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Although I would rather just burn it if we're gonna try to get rid of it.
You can
Wait.
try, but I'm pretty sure it's called spike growth, and it's not plant growth. I'm pretty sure it's the ground itself turning into like sharp stakes.
Is it, Greg? What what is it? Like I always thought it was like big thorn plants, but maybe I was misunderstood.
I think that your spike growth can take a bunch of different shapes. I think that like stony, sharp spikes makes sense. I think a really thorny bush makes sense. I think your spike growth might be kind of flavored how your druid is. Or feels. However, it would be it is a magical effect, right? It is not a whether it takes the shape of stones or needles or cactuses. It is like not a like natural bush. It is magic holding it together. Burning it might work. I am not entirely sure, but you don't expect it to be as easy as, clearing out some blackberries.
Well, we can try it, and if it doesn't take fire, it doesn't take fire.
And guys, is it worth just investigating around the cave for a secret back entrance, air vent, chimneys, and other?
Actually, that's
ways
not a
to get
bad
it?
idea. Maybe there is another way in. We could look for it.
Yeah? Is that how you'd like to proceed?
I'm in
Why
for doing
not?
just a little quick investigation of the surroundings, just in the off chance that we could find another way to peek in.
Yeah. All right. Melody, it sounds like this is your plan as you step forward to kind of lead the party away from piss-based tactics and more towards exploration. How is it that you explore this area, searching for a like back door to the cave entrance here?
So she looks at everybody and says, I think we're past the point of not making noise anymore, so I will ritual cast detect magic with the bongos to at least give us a little bit of a chance to ping anything magical, and then basically proceed to circle the area around the cave and try to look in nooks and crannies at anything that could be another way in.
All right, excellent. You ritually cast your spell, doing a wonderful rendition of, I don't actually know what is a good identify. I can see clearly now, I think, is the rendition that
Love
you do
it.
upon the bongos. And you begin to observe, going around this cave, searching for what may or may not be a backdoor entrance. Your detect magic pings immediately upon the spike growth on the floor of the cave, seeing a magical area in front of it. It pings upon the altar and the standing stones, but you leave those things behind and begin searching forward. I want you to make me either a survival wisdom check as you like track naturally, or a arcana check using your, I believe, bards cast with charisma. So be a charisma arcana check as you use the magic of your ritual to kind of guide your eyes to find what you need.
Hey, let me go with survival wisdom here.
Okay.
13.
A 13. Sure enough, you do eventually find your way through, like, around this cave and up maybe like an upslope of dirt and trees and branches, and eventually you find a vine-covered, like, hole. It's fairly large, actually, probably about 20 or 30 feet across. It is positioned almost perfectly underneath a gap in trees, as if you could see the sky above through this hole. The moss and vines are kind of entangling and winding their way across it. You didn't see it immediately, but your sharp perception and your searching for it does find it. You cut away some of the vines, and you see below a like kind of open cave. It's deep and dark, but there's enough light coming like through this hole to make it kind of dim. And it looks upon a small altar. There is a like stone altar. It's hard to make out exactly. Perhaps druidic of some kind, placed directly underneath this opening in a cavernous room. You see that it is choked with vines and moss, and it is difficult to discern what else may be in this deep cavernous room. But you could definitely drop down directly to where this altar is.
Okay, so Melody backs away and goes to Blondie and says, Blondie, I found you a much better hole to do your pissin' trick in.
Excellent. You know, I never thought a cat would be useful, but good job.
So I report back to the findings to the party and tell them that now it's a no bungo zone because we found another way in.
No, Uncle. So.
All right, I think we're gonna go for that then. Do we want to try to? So we'd have to drop into this pit.
Yeah.
How tall?
Well, that's the point of no return.
It's
Does
pretty
anybody have rope?
cavernous. Like the fall is hard to tell, but you definitely feel like you'd be taking a couple dice at least worth of falling damage.
Somebody's got to have rope, right?
I've got 50 foot of rope.
We've also got all these vines we could probably entwine together.
I came prepared.
I don't have enough
is
weight
that enough
allowance to
rope?
carry rope. Sorry.
Hey, Greg, is 50 feet enough?
You can definitely climb down with 50 feet of rope.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. Do you guys want like somebody to stay at the top so they can shoot down at whatever they see inside?
You just don't want to go on the inside. That's all. You just want to
I
throw
was thinking
stones.
Talon, but with
By the way, Greg, we're doing the stage
12
with you.
HP.
You just want to throw stones from the top. How would you face your druid, your arch druid master, in pride?
What are you even saying?
You're gonna stay up here. What are you afraid?
I was saying Talon should stay up here since he's the
Oh.
ranger.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a great idea, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Agni, I look down and I look up. I'm scared, Agni. I'm sorry, I barked at you. No pun intended.
If we can get some light on it, I think it's better for Talon to stay up top. But yes, let's go in. I think.
I need to
Yeah.
know if someone is staying up top. Is this a plan that you want to do?
Well, I mean, what do you guys think?
Do I? Well, I had to investigate the hole, Greg. Like, what kind of angle do I have in here? Is it like I can see straight down and nothing else?
The hole is covered in these like tangling vines of like thick growth and moss and fungus. You wouldn't have even noticed it was there except you were looking for it. You can kind of cut into it and like look down, and you see this cavernous like area. If you could like clear the entire hole of stuff, you would probably. It's like a pretty big ass hole. It looks almost like it's a. I don't know what you would call it, like maybe like a skylight for the cave below. You might have some angles, but as it stands now, it's not a great shooting perch.
Oh, okay.
I'll just go down with everyone else.
Alrighty, all right. We're taking the plunge, Greg.
All right.
Well, we're not plunging. We're using rope. Use your terms correctly, sir.
All right. The four of you secure a rope and cast it down through the tangling moss and vines. You begin to crawl into this cavernous room with a high ceiling and thick vines choking the barely visible druidic carvings along the stone walls. You climb down and down to where this altar is in the far edge of the cavernous room, beneath the skylight from where you descend. As you lay your feet upon the ground, you will notice Ooh, let's not grab that. Hold the phone. You will notice a figure. In the light and the darkness around you. This is a supplicant, almost druidic visage. It is seated, staring supplicantly towards the altar. It is once was possibly human or humanoid, but it is now a living extension of the writhing vines, choking moss, and spreading fungus that cling to both the supplicant and the walls of this cavern. In the dim light provided from the skylight, you can see that the supplicant breathes in rhythm with the thrumming magic of the air and the writhing of the vines around you. As you finally place your feet upon the ground, the four of you, you will see the ceiling above you go dark as the vines close you in, blocking the skylight and blocking the entrance to the cave. Behind you, you see the cave itself change and transform. Where there was a passageway back to the outside, the vines similarly close behind you, almost like you are stuck here in this place. A hateful scream rends from this creature, and you see it begin to summon forth figures in the room around you as the air turns as cold as you have ever felt it, a frigid and horrible temperature. I want all of you to roll me initiative as this scream rolls through your brains and your bodies.
Any preparations?
No,
nice to know you
sir.
guys.
You have had your chances.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Am I to guess correctly? This is the source of incredible hatred I've been feeling
This
for like
is
half
the
a day.
source of incredible hatred that you have been feeling. Yes. The supplicant
Alright.
beast. You will see the first thing summoned are blights.
Oh no! Is this truly the end? Have we failed?
It's
Why
okay.
did we bring level 1 characters here?
It's fine. Listen,
Oh.
it'll probably summon a whole bunch of girlfriends for Blondie in a little bit. It'll be a great time for her.
Ooh!
Oh
I mean-
guys. Oh guys.
If you guys can pick off the little dude, I can beat up this stupid thing. What my guess
Please
is the
rage.
archers should pick off the little guys. You, Agni, should try to interact with whatever the hell that is up there, and then I'm gonna beat up the boss. Okay?
I'll do what I can.
Yeah, because you're the smartest out of all of us, right? So handle that.
I have no AoE, so if you have AoE, this is the time.
Oh no!
Oh, I've got AoE. Don't you worry.
Okay. I believe in you.
All right. I believe I
Oh my
have
God.
everyone's initiative. Talon, you are the first to react from this horrific scream and the closing of the vines. What will you do?
Talon will point at this Twig Blight and mark him with a Hunter's Mark.
A twig
then I
blight
will-
down. So which twig blight?
This one, the
The
one on the
needle
right,
blight.
closest to the top one.
Yeah.
Needle, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No
I-
worries.
I am definitely Blightsist. I'm very sorry about my problems. I'll figure it out one
no
day.
worry. I just wanted to be on the same page. You mark this creature with a point and a call.
And I will try to blast him.
You fire with your bow, striking true for 12 points of damage. Your bow shot enough to rend this creature from life.
Excellent. I will deduct an arrow, and I will move forward a little bit to kind of like take cover behind the altar a little bit.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the air around you turns cold and frigid, and the vines and moss begin to move and choke around you. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. All of you are within. Yes, all of you are within enough distance. I need each of you to make me a DC 13 Dex or Strength saving throw, your choice, or become restrained by grasping vines and moss.
Finally, it works.
It does indeed.
07 Melody.
Agni, do you have advantage on this roll?
No, it was an accident.
All right, no worries. Talon and Blondie, you save successfully, but Melody and Agni, you are restrained by these grasping vines. Agni, it is your turn. You fight and struggle against these vines. You may choose to spend an action to break free of them with a athletics check, or you may take an action restrained.
So, I think that what I need to do first is do something to protect us here. And I think that it makes the most sense to, let's see here. So, these guys are all the needle blights, right?
Yes, they are.
They shoot people. And what are these guys? These are the vine blights.
Yes, no. Down to the south of you are twig blights. These are twig blights.
Twig blight.
These are needle blights.
Gotcha. Okay. In that sense, I think. Okay. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this guy a little bit of his own medicine. Spike growth, and it is going to be at the area like right in front of this guy.
Where would you like your spike growth? I'm sorry.
Oh wait, is this guy in a chair? He can't move, can he?
He seems to be attached to vines and moss and things. He's not seated in a chair, but he is seated supplicantly on his like knees.
Okay, so he can't even like. Okay. Ah, never mind then. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna spike growth. On I guess the area with these blights over here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this whole area. Actually, I'm gonna make it like the area just in front of them. So if they want to. Ah, there we go.
So like here?
Well, I think a little closer to them. So I want like 15 feet close. Yeah. Something like
Don't
that.
forget, it's a 20-foot radius, so it's a 40-foot diameter.
Oh, okay. So it needs to be bigger then.
Ooh.
There we go. So I want it to be here. Can move it like 15 feet down to the right.
You should be able to move that now.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, so right here. There we go. That's what I want.
Excellent.
All right. You spike growth these twig blights. Excellent. That will
And then
end you. Nope. Okay.
no, that's not the end of my turn. Come on, Greg. This
All
is an
right.
all-out thing. All right. Then, with my bonus action, I am going to bring out a shillelagh.
All right. You make your spiky, fiery shillelagh.
All right, that's the end of my
And
turn.
that is the end of your turn. Excellent. All right. With that, the twig blights will go. These 3 twig blights will die. I'm actually just gonna
Well
make
done.
them red X's. They move through the spike growth. They don't have enough health. They're going to get spike growth. The twig bites on the other side of you, though, are going to come forward. They're gonna go 5, 10, 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're just going to run up to you thusly with a dash. And that will be the end of the Twig Blight's turn. Somehow I don't have Needle Blights on here. Why do I not have Needle Blights? Do I have no Needle Blights in my initiative order up here?
You have
Ron
Needle
just-
Blight at 16 and Twig Blight at 12.
Twig Blights at 12. I have Twig Blights at 16 on my tracker. Alright, so we're going to put Needle Blights at 12 then, if that is good
Yes.
enough.
Might as well,
Needle Blight, 12.
You don't have to do
Apologies.
this, Greg. You can let us
no,
go.
we definitely have to do it.
No.
All right, the Twig Blights go. The Needle Blights actually beat out Blondie and Melody. Okay, so they just all go together. Unnecessary of me to do, but whatever.
This cannot be.
The Needle Blights will simply step forward, closing in around you, and they are going to unleash hails of needles upon all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you are going to get attacked once, and one of you is going to get attacked twice. So let's just do this in as much of an order as possible. We're just gonna go, Talon is the closest. He's gonna get needled first, regularly. That is a normal roll. Talon, does an 8 hit you? I
misses.
doubt it.
It was
Bl-
close.
Blondie, you are also going to get attacked regularly with a 17. Does that hit you?
That hits. Yeah.
Blondie, please take from me 5 points of piercing damage. Next up, we have our 2 restrained people. Melody, you're going to be attacked at advantage. Does a 20, I assume, will hit you.
Yes.
Please take from me 7 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And then Agni will also be attacked at advantage. With an 11, I don't believe that will hit you. And then we have one more Needle Blight. You are going to roll a 1d4.
I
That
volunteer as tribute.
you volunteer as tribute, but it is actually Talon who takes the final attack.
Uh-oh.
With a 14.
That will just hit me.
Excellent. Please take 4 points of piercing damage. All right. Blondie, it becomes your turn.
I'm going to rage, right?
He is going to rage. Excellent.
As my bonus action, and then as my action, I am going to walk up to Agni. Can I just rip him out of the
Yeah,
ground?
I will
and
let you
drag
make
him?
a strength athletics check to free him. Your DC will be 13.
Alrighty, and I have advantage on this, so that's going to be 13.
Excellent. You take the vines and moss restraining him in your hands, and you rip them off of Agni, like freeing him completely from the restraint.
And then I'm going to drag him over to the altar, and I say, "Read." As I say this, Agni, you see, my rage is different this time. You can see what almost looks to be like ever glowing brighter orbs of light in my eyes. It seems like I'm going to explode next turn.
No, not a chow.
And then I use my action, bonus action. I end my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, we are going to use another legendary action. You guys are all pretty close together, in fact. So everybody but Melody, please make me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, as from the moonlight or skylight above you, a cloud forms, and this supplicant calls down lightning upon you.
Oh, joy.
I'm probably dead.
A DC what?
DC 13.
Well
Dex
done.
save?
Dex save.
I have advantage.
All right, all of you succeed. Please take for me half of 8 points of lightning damage.
You know what? I don't think so, Greg. I'm gonna take a reaction here and cast a spell.
Ooh.
I will cast Absorb Elements to have that damage further.
Excellent. You, as the lightning crashes down around you, absorb the lightning, reducing its effect upon you. Excellent.
Okay.
Melody, it comes to you.
All right. Facing a difficult situation, she's still going to try to cast Sleep. And if I angle it right, I'm thinking here, I'm actually hoping to grab all the 3 needle blights up there and maybe that guy in
I'll give
this
you-
area of 20 foot.
I'll give you those 4. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a number of hit dice. 30.
Nice.
All right. Well,
That's not bad.
This guy is the lowest. He immediately falls asleep. What is a good sleepy time looking one of these? I'm just gonna go with like this thing. I don't know. Seems good. This guy also falls asleep. That takes us to... this guy also falls asleep. But this one does not.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I want to send a quick bardic inspiration. Let me send that to Blondie.
Very good. We will set the sleep counter at 10.
Oh, joy.
All right, that brings us to the end of your turn, which means we're gonna make a legendary action. A gust of wind comes. A powerful storm-like wind is summoned in the cave. I want all party members, except for Melody, who is restrained by vines, to make me a DC 12 strength saving throw, or be knocked back 10 feet and prone.
I've got advantage on this.
All
Oh
right.
no!
All 3 of you are knocked straight backwards 10 feet.
I use my bardic
Oh,
majigger.
okay.
And I auto pass because at least +1.
Perfect. Okay, Blondie, you strengthen yourself against the storm, hearing the echoing bongos of Melody, and you hold firm. However, Agni and Blondie, you are both prone and knocked backwards. This looks very prone to me. It's got like a little like injured back on it. I like that one. If I got knocked prone, it would hurt my back.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then the end of the round comes, and at the end of the round, this thing screams a horrible, hateful scream. The vines wither, and coming forth summoned is the next level of creatures. He summons dog-like vegetable creatures out of the vines.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I really hope this is something I can just read a phrase and we all win. Oh, boy.
Yeah, find us the abort paragraph, please.
I'm going to... So more dogs get summoned down here where the blight is. They just die. They're gonna run through the spike growth. I'm not even gonna bother with them. But I will put these over here.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let us roll initiative for our new threats that are summoned. And then, Talon, it will be your turn, likely. What do you do?
Talon will stand up and be like, "What the fuck?" And he's gonna move his hunter's mark with his bonus action to the large tree effigy that is screeching at him. And he's gonna let it have it. Maybe he'll move. He's gonna move 15 feet.
Alright.
Like maybe over here, and hopefully I'll give it a nice nice little shot with the bow.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's a crit. And
That will
Greg,
critically hit.
this is a fuck ton of damage. So this
Okay.
is a D4 from his Fey Wanderer trait, a D6 from Hunter's Mark, and a D6 from Absorb Elements, which all get doubled.
Ooh, very good.
So let me click this and see if it all worked.
That is.
It looks like it did.
That
What,
looks good to
1d6?
me.
I'm missing 2d6 in there. It didn't take the Absorb Elements for some reason.
Okay, go ahead and roll me 2d6.
And the 2d6 from Absorb Elements is lightning damage, if it matters.
Oh,
Probably
it does
not.
actually. Lightning damage. Let's take a look. The Druid's Grove. Lightning damage heals it. So it takes it takes 17, 20, 1, 22, but then heals back 2 for 20. Excellent. I will take note.
All right.
Beautiful. All right. You strike this creature. It screeches at you, and it is upset at you. It is going to use its legendary action at the end of your turn to... He's going to try to restrain you with vines. Let's do a quick measurement here. Yes! Agni is within range, but no one else is. Agni and... Talon, please make for me some dexterity saving throws. You both are gonna pass. You are not entangled by the vines. Agni, it is your turn.
So I am gonna scramble up and move up here and pray to the gods or whatever powers be out there that there is something useful up on this altar.
Yeah, on this altar, you will find a number of things. You glance quickly at it. On the altar, you will find 4 scrolls, 4 potions, a leather bag, some, like, robish looking hide stuff, a longbow, and some stones, like some pebbles.
One of these scrolls gotta do something. The guy, I wanna, like, pull one open. Is it useful?
Yeah, you pull open a scroll. You recognize this spell. It's a druid spell. This is a scroll of Goodberry.
Throw it away. Next one.
Alright, you open up another scroll. You recognize this scroll as well. This is a druid spell. This is a scroll of Spike Growth.
Okay, that's useful. I am going to use that. And I want to just cast it.
Okay. Where would you like
Immediately.
to cast it?
I would like... Let's see here. I think, yeah, right on this group over here.
You can just cast it right on me, buddy.
Alrighty.
It's okay. I'm not gonna move ever again, I promise.
Yeah, but I want them to suffer.
Okay, okay.
Like
So-
here?
Move it down like 3 square. Yeah, like there. That's good.
Alright. It is done. You cast the spell. It will be removed from the loot table.
And then I still have bonus action. Are potions bonus action use?
No. To drink a potion is a full action.
Okay. I don't think I have healing word I can use. Who is hurt?
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
at 2 HP.
I don't know if
Melody.
it's super useful
This
healing you,
person.
Melody. I'm sorry.
It is.
Well,
it
Melody
is.
has like healing potions and spells still, so
Okay.
I can be one shot at any point, no matter how much you heal me. So
Well, so can Melody is the problem. I'll healing word Melody. That's fine.
If you would close whatever handout opened on your screen, I needed to reopen
Nothing
it
opened
somewhere.
for me.
Oh, okay. It only opens on my player screen. Very fun. Good.
So, there you go. You get 7 health.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
that's my turn.
All right, Agni, the end of your turn comes. You are standing right next to a homeboy. We're going to use a legendary action to strike you and Blondie with lightning. As lightning comes thundering down from the skylight above you, please make me dexterity saving throws. DC... DC 13 says the lightning strike.
I'm gonna use my reaction to absorb elements.
All right, you may also cast Absorb Elements. As soon as my keyboard starts working, I will roll you some damage. All right. Blondie, you succeed. Please take half of 14 damage. Agni, you failed, but have Absorb Elements, so please take half of 14 damage as well.
That's rough.
All right. With that, the Twig Blights will go. Excellent. The Twig Blights are... This one's asleep. It will stay asleep. This one will walk forward to our restrained person, the only person they can get to, and they're gonna make some claw attacks. Twig Blight 1, claws with advantage. A 14. Does that hit you?
That does.
All right. Melody, please take from me 4 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
And the Twig Blight will next claw you with a 12. Does that hit you?
No, that will miss.
Oh, they rip and tear, but they cannot sink their claws in deep enough. With that, the Needle Blights will go. These two are asleep. This one is going to just kind of step this way to get a good shot in here. He is going to attack Blondie. Blondie, needles come spraying towards you at an alarming rate. Please tell me, does a 15 strike you?
Miss.
It misses. You are spared. These two guys have clean shots at Talon. They're going to take their shots and not move. Talon. A 9 will miss you. I don't even have to ask that one.
Thank goodness.
Does an 18 hit you? I assume
Oh,
it
yeah.
does. Please take from me 8 points of piercing damage.
Unconscious.
Talon drops to unconsciousness at the brink of death. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. This Veggie Pygmy is going to run through and die to the new thorns. This one is going to as well. This one looks like it's got a little bit of a gap in between them. I guess these touch, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's gonna die too. Alright, excellent. These guys down here died. Alright, let's do the Veggie Pygmies up at the top then. These ones are going to run in for a little thorny bite. This one is going to rush forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It can get up to Blondie. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It can also get to Blondie. Meaning this one can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15. It's going to go here on a dash. We're going to get 2 bites against Blondie here by Veggie Pygmies. The first will be an 8. That will not hit you. And the second will be a 10. That will not hit you. And then we have dashers over here. They're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. And this one's going to like trail them by a couple as it moves up. All right. Blondie, it comes to your turn. You're slowly becoming surrounded by creatures. What will you do?
Here, in the heart of nature, surrounded by all this blight, all of this accursed nature, Blondie feels that the closest he's ever felt to Cervantes, and as he does, that spark of divinity ignites in him as wings sprout from his back. I am going to use my Celestial Revelation. I chose Radiant Soul. So I now have a flight speed. Once per turn, when I attack somebody, I can deal extra radiant damage equal to my proficiency bonus as well.
Okay.
So I am going to, and that was my bonus action.
Mhm.
So as a action, I am going to the veggie pygmy in front of me. I turn my wings flare out, kind of brushing past Agni, and I turn to him and I say, "Have you found anything?"
I'm trying.
And as I do, I am going to use a quarterstaff two-handed, and I'm going to bring it down upon. Well, I guess technically I can step here, right?
You sure can. Yep.
Step there, and then I will bring it down upon the Needle Blight's head. My
All right. Go ahead and make me a roll to hit.
9.
A 9.
Can
Oh.
I haven't done this before. Can I reckless?
You are raging. Yeah, you can reckless attack.
Can I reckless? I don't mind taking the hits. I just wanted to see if I could.
You are currently raging as a barbarian. You have reckless
Yeah.
attack available, right? You may reckless attack. Yeah.
I would like to reckless attack.
Absolutely. That 25 and then will hit as you fly around recklessly swinging your great club as best you can, or your quarterstaff.
And then I'm just going to break it, so it'll be a 14 total damage on that.
14 total damage. That is enough. As you shatter the quarterstaff upon the Needle Blight, your quarterstaff breaks into twigs. The Needle Blight breaks into needles. It's a mess of wood at your flying feet.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, I move back here to provide some defense to Agni, and then I will end my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, we're going to have a legendary action here. The Gust of Wind will come once more from the creature.
Right.
I need Soul Crusher, or no, Talon, you're dead, or not dead, but you're bleeding out. You're just going to go backwards 10 feet. Melody, you are
Knocks me
restrained.
prone again.
You are restrained by the vines. You're fine. But I need Blondie and Agni to make me a strength saving throw, DC 12, or be knocked back and prone. All right, that 16 is a success. The 18 is a success. Neither of you are knocked back or prone. Melody.
We were both in the first episode. Look at this, back to back like brothers. We're gonna die together, Agni.
Melody,
Yes, we are.
it comes to your turn. What will you do?
All right. Speaking of dying together, Melody turns around, looks at Blondie, tries to make eye contact, and with a free item interaction, would want to toss this potion of greater healing back to Blondie as I can't move. So
I already
Better
have
you.
one. I would yell at you to keep it into heal Talon.
No, oh yeah, throw it at Talon. Maybe look it in his mouth.
No, I was saying like healing word Talon. I already have a healing potion, so I don't need another one.
all right. Unfortunately, I'm out of spells,
Oof.
being a puny first level. So what I'll do, Greg, is I'll get out a couple daggers, and although I'm at disadvantage, I'll still try to dagger the blight to my south.
All right. Go ahead and make me that attack at disadvantage, as you said, since you are restrained by the vines.
Yeah.
Oof. Unfortunately, that 8 does not clear the Twig Blight's AC. The 11, though, does not either, unfortunately.
All right. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Excellent. That brings us to the end of the round. The creature will scream again. And this time, more creatures will come forward. We are now up
God.
to Witherlings.
Oh my god.
This Witherling is going to get created down here. And we're going to have one more over here. Boom. Let us roll Witherlings into initiative.
We shouldn't have come here, guys. We weren't ready.
All right, they're at 5. Talon, you are bleeding out on the edge of life and death. Make me a death saving throw. Oh, you did. A 7. Please mark for me 1 failure. He's not going to make a legendary action at the end of a death save. Agni, it is your turn. What will you do?
What's the next scroll, Greg?
You open up the next scroll. You've seen Good Berry. You've seen Spike Growth. You have a scroll of Fog Cloud in front of you.
Not useful. What's the next one?
This may or may not be a Druid spell. Oh, no, this is definitely a Druid spell, right? You have Cure Wounds on your spell list?
Yes.
This is
okay.
a scroll of Cure Wounds.
Okay. Alright, I think what I've got to do is just go for the big guy with everything I've got.
Well, what is that thingy that's next to the scrolls? Is that something we can interact with?
There were potions. There's
Remaining on the table, there are 4 potions, 1 leather bag, 1 longbow, some pebbles, and like some like roby, leathery like clothing.
No, I don't think any of that's gonna be useful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just get
yeah.
Talon up.
I can't. Sorry. I need to damage the guy if I can.
Yeah, sure.
So
Well, you got a lot of AoE, right? If you get rid of the little guys, I can go beat him up.
You're not gonna have time, I don't think. I don't know, man. I think it's hopeless. I think I gotta try to just damage him as much as I can.
Sure.
Alright, so I am going to Scorching Ray, the big guy.
All right. The 23 will hit, the 8 will miss, the 11 will miss.
Okay. So that's gonna do 9 fire damage.
9 fire damage. Let's take a look at what fire does. Fire does nothing. He just gets hurt. Oh, no. Damage resistance is cold and fire. Never mind. He takes half.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
So he takes 5 points of damage. Noted. We are up to 25? No, we were more than that.
Yep.
Where's my note? Yeah, 25.
25.
Correct. All right, at the end of your turn, he's gonna once again summon forth Entangling Vines. Agni and Blondie, please make me strength or dex saving throws.
Do these vines only affect us and not the creatures?
Correct.
Okay.
Both of you save successfully. Neither of you are restrained by the vines. This brings us to the Twig Blights. There are simply 2 of them, and they are clawing at Melody as they are restrained. They will attack with advantage. An 8, though, will not hit Melody.
Nope.
And the next will attack with a 22. I think that one might do it. Please
Yes.
take for me 3 points of piercing damage.
All right.
The Needle Blights will go. These 2 are asleep. This guy, let's see, how close are they to you? That's 30 feet. That's close enough. That's 30 feet. That's 35. That's not close enough. That's 30 feet. Okay, so one of them might attack Blondie, and does. All right, we get 2 needles. 1 against Blondie, 1 against Agni. We are going to...
Is the one against Agni with disadvantage?
For...
I think they only have 30-foot reach, right? Or is it further?
Agni is within 30 for both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Not advantage, just regular. 16, does that hit you, Agni?
No.
All right, it does not. You duck behind the altar, avoiding the needles. The next roll will be against Blondie. A 15, does that hit you?
No.
Oh, wait, you recklessly attacked. They get advantage against you.
I think only melee attacks? Let me double check.
Oh, that's fair. That
Reckless.
seems reasonable to me. Yeah, no problem. That is all of our Needle Blights. Let us go now to Veggie Pygmies. Veggie Pygmies will go. There are 2 of them within biting distance of Blondie. That is what they are going to do. They are going to bite. Blondie. That is a 12.
At
That
advantage,
will-
by the way.
Yes, these ones are melee. A 13. I don't think that'll hit you either way.
No.
And then we have a 14. Will that hit you?
Nope.
No.
You're slowly climbing, Greg.
Wow.
All right. This one is within biting range of a restrained person, so it's gonna take its bites there. That is a 14. Will that hit you, Melody?
It does.
All right, Melody. That takes 7 points of piercing damage for me, please.
And goes down.
Oh, Melody 2 falls to death's door. That means we have more veggie pygmies down here. These ones will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they will dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. All right. And then we have Noel Witherlings and Blondie. Blondie, in this particular battle, you do not go at the same time as them. You go before them. Blondie, you are also starting your turn within the same, 5-foot space as multiple of these thorny veggie pygmies. Which doesn't mean anything because I'm once again misreading their thorny body ability. You're cool. Do your thing. What do you do?
Alrighty. Blondie's gonna bark at Agni. Do your fire, elemental guy. And then he's going to bring down his two-handed quarterstaff. He's gonna grab his one of his 4 remaining quarterstaffs out of his back and bring it down upon this creature's head.
All right.
This time he would not be attacking recklessly. It's just going to be a normal attack.
Okay.
That's going to be 18.
That'll hit.
He's going to break it for maximum 14 points of damage.
All right, you break your quarterstaff above this thing's head, rendering it slightly numb for a second and bloodying it.
He takes an extra 2 points of damage from my radiant soul feature as well,
Okay,
as I
excellent.
some radiant damage burns across his skin. And as I see him still up, I'm going to kick him in the face.
Excellent.
8's going to miss,
An
unfortunately.
8 will miss, yes.
Alrighty, and that is going to be it for my turn.
Okay. That is the end of your turn. We have seen Entangling Vines used. We're going to use Lightning Strike. There's still 2 of you right next to each other. Lightning is going to be called down upon you both. Please make for me DC
Fail.
13 Dex saves.
That's a rough fail.
That is unfortunate. Agni succeeds. Agni, you will take 1/4 of 9. But Blondie, you will take 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to the Witherlings. It is their turn. And we haven't seen very much of them before. It is going to run forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It dashes. This guy down here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dashing. And this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dashing. All right, that is the end of their turn. Melody, he comes to you, hovering on the brink of life and death. Please make for me a death saving throw. Please mark for me 1 failure.
Yes.
At the end of the round, the creatures have all the most they can have, right? 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right. The creatures will instead, if they are damaged, heal D6 as the creature screams. The vines rotating upon them, they will heal 2 points of damage. Boom. Injured. All right. That is the end of the round. Talon, it comes to you. Please make for me a death saving throw.
You know, this would be a great time to have like a 20, right?
It would be.
Nope,
Ooh,
I guess
please
I'll just
mark for
die.
me a second death save. Agni, it comes to you. What will you do?
So I am going to summon Mozilla,
Okay.
and I am going to summon him right
Oh,
here.
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
So I need all the monsters in this area. So basically all the monsters near us to take 2d6 fire damage. And let me roll that.
All right. Do they get a
7 fire
save against that? Or no?
Let's see here. They get a
Say for half, I think, right?
it's a save or take.
Save or take. Okay, so I'm just going to roll one save for each monster type, and we're just going to apply it to everybody. So we're going to have Twig Blights make a dex save. Yes.
It's the DC.
That is a 15 from them. And then the Thornies are going to make a 4. They will all take it. So 7 points of damage to each of these guys. All right.
Are they vulnerable?
They are not.
Oof.
And that was my action. I will healing word, Talon.
All right. You spend your bonus action to healing word Talon, taking him back up to 6 hit points. And that is... Nope, this guy too. Somehow missed it. There we go. Fire damage put down. Talon is prone, but still back up. Oh, this guy probably needed to save, huh?
Witherling, yeah.
Yeah, let's make a dex save for him.
And then, yeah, Agni, if you could move, I have 11 HP.
Does he
Go
have,
down with one.
does he have,
I can't do anything, man. I would take on attack opportunities. we're
Yeah,
just
that's
gonna
better
die.
than kill me.
What's the DC
I'm going to
on
assume
the
he
fire attack?
fails. We'll just go put him here. Excellent. We have a bloody witherling here. Excellent. Agni, at the end of your turn, we're going to have a legendary action from the supplicant. Vines wither and twist and try to restrain you and Blondie. I'd like each of you to make me a dexterity saving throws or strength saving throws, your choice.
Fail.
That is a fail. You
Oh, wait,
are...
you can make it strength? I thought it was Dex. Oh,
Let me
I thought it was Dex only. Sorry.
quadruple check this. Entangling vines, dex or strength.
Can I make it strength? I thought it was just Dex.
What is your strength modifier?
My Dex is 2, my strength is 6, and I have advantage on strength saves.
You have +6?
Oh, to my strength saves, yes.
God damn. Okay.
I'm a barbarian. I'm proficient.
Yeah, so that makes it a 14.
14.
That is a success.
Okay.
All right. With that, the Twig Blights will go. The Twig Blights are going to go stand over the top of Melody brief. I guess they can't really do that. We'll just move around this way. The Twig Blights are going to attack Mozilla. The first will claw Mozilla with a 4, completely missing.
Hey, I needed that on me earlier, Greg. What the hell, man?
The next will attack with a 22. I believe that'll hit. Mozilla, please take 4 points of piercing damage. And then we will go to Needle Blights. These two are asleep. These two are still standing here. There's a prone but now up guy. I think they're not going to bother with that right now. Actually, they're going to walk through this. They're going to take 2d4 damage going through 5 feet. Go ahead and roll me 2d4 piercing damage on this Needle Blight.
Okay.
They take 7 whole points of damage. Woo.
Nice.
Very good. And he's going to walk up and he's going to claw the shit out of the prone archer. That is the wrong sheet. This one has claws at advantage. That is a critical
Ooh.
hit.
back
Talon,
up,
please take from me
Gonzalez.
12 points of piercing damage.
It's a shame.
All right. You drop back to death's door. This one here... It doesn't have a great angle, honestly. I think it needs to move to get an angle. I think it's going to move here, taking 10 feet of the damage. Go ahead and roll me 45. No, 44. Bleh, D5.
Lyoko.
Oh, 44? Oh, sorry.
No worries. That is
There we go,
9 points of damage. Does not quite kill it. And it will make a needle attack. It was previously attacking Agni. Agni and Blondie are kind of there. I think he's going to attack Blondie based on the dice roll there. That is an odd number. Blondie, please tell me, does an 8 hit you? No, it does not. With that, we have Thorny Veggie Pygmies. This one's going to... This one was attacking Blondie. It's going to step forward and keep attacking Blondie. We're going to get 3 attacks on Blondie here with
Let's do it.
Veggie Pygmies. A 21.
It's gonna hit.
Please take for me 7 points of damage. A 16.
That's gonna hit.
Please take for me 5 points of damage.
It's 2.
And a 15.
Miss.
All right. And then this Thorny Veggie Pygmy is going to just move up here. And this one is going to move here. And we're going to get 3 attacks at Mozilla. That is a 19. Mozilla takes 5 piercing. And then we have a 13. I don't know if that hits.
No.
Perfect. And then the...
Actually, wait, sorry, it does. It does.
A 13 hits. Okay. Please take... Whoa.
Try.
Whoa.
Why is it... Nope, that is...
2d8.
Hold on. Let me look at the stat block. 2d8 plus 1. Yes. Please take 16 piercing, Mozilla.
It's gone.
It is gone. Okay. And then the last one we'll assume just bit in concert with it. And that is our Veggie Pygmies. Blondie, you are surrounded, and it comes to you. What will you do?
Do we have any interesting combat options in this season where we can do like a cleave?
Indeed, there is.
Uh,
If you
you have
go
to kill the
to
thing to do
the combat actions handout, you will see that you have disarm, overrun, shove aside, and cleave.
Oh, when a melee attack creature apply any remaining damage to it. I see. Okay, I gotcha. What do we do here? I think I just need to heal and move.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my last potion of great healing, and that is going to give me 16 points of healing. So I'm at
Alright.
22 now, and then I'm going to go ahead and eat an attack of opportunity and move this way.
All right. This guy and this guy and this guy all are technically touching your square. So we'll
Yes.
take 3 attacks of opportunity at you as you move away. The Thorny Veggie Pygmy will attack with a 22, dealing 6 points of damage.
Gotcha.
The second Thorny will attack with an 11. That will not hit you.
Yes.
And the Witherling will make an attack with its bite. For 16, please take 6 necrotic from that one.
Right. That's going to be 3, so that's 16. Okay.
All right.
Any bonus actions, things I can do? Looking. I can't heal. I can't attack. Healing hands is an action. Nope, that is it for me.
All right. With that, it is the Witherling's turn. This Witherling is facing down Agni and will make attacks with its club. Its first attack is a 20. Please take 4 points of piercing damage, and then it will try to follow up with its bite. which it does at a 16. Does that hit?
No.
All right, perfect. This one here is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It does not reach Blondie, so it is going to step around, try to get behind him with a dash. Melody, it comes to you. Please make me a death saving throw. That is a 1 success. Excellent.
Right.
The end of the turn, this thing is going to not summon anything more yet. Talon, it comes to you at the top of the round. Please make for me a death saving throw.
Oh, it's a pass.
That
Let's
is a
go.
pass. Excellent.
Good.
Please mark 1 success. Agni, comes to you. What will you do?
I suggest dodge action.
There's nothing for me to do, really.
I suggest a dodge action because I'm going for the big guy. You're gonna have all these little guys by yourself, so I suggest you dodge.
Yeah, I'm gonna burning hands.
All
Oh,
right.
all right.
Excellent. We're gonna have a 15-foot cone. Let's just say all of these guys. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 veggie pygmies. Let's just do a save here. They're gonna take full damage. The twig blights cannot survive. They will just die from any of this damage, whether they save or not. This guy is so low on health he can't live even if he saves. And these guys take 15 each. All right, this guy goes to 5. This guy goes to 5.
Oh no.
This guy goes to 5. This guy goes to 5. And this guy goes to 5. They are all bloodied in front of you.
All right, and then I am going to summon Mozilla again. Right next to them.
Okay, so
My last one.
excellent. Mozilla summons there. They need to use...
Actually, I'm gonna summon it right there.
Okay. So it's
So
just
everybody except this guy.
okay. Excellent. This Witherling will save. That is a fail, and these veggie pygmies will save. Critically succeeding. This guy will take how much from Mozilla?
8.
8, bringing him to 3. Excellent.
That's my turn.
That is your turn. The twig blights are dead. We can remove them from combat order. These needle blights are still sleeping. They are getting there one day. This needle blight down here slashed you. And he's got a pretty clean shot at Agni now, so he's just going to take that shot. Good thing everything died in front of you.
I bleed on him.
That is a critical hit, Agni. Please take from
I'm gonna break my shield.
Ooh, all right. You interpose your shield, breaking it, but you will still take 10 points of piercing damage. This guy here, he's still got the same shot he had last time as well. He will take it, and he will needles with a 10. That will not hit you. And that is Needle Blight's turn. Thorny Veggie Pygmies get to go. These two for sure are going to attack Blondie. The first is a 20. Blondie, please take 13 piercing damage from that bite.
So what is that, 6?
Yes, 6 is half for a rage. And a 13 will miss you.
Yes.
This guy here, I think is going to attack Mozilla, since he's right next to Mozilla. With a 17, Mozilla will take 12 piercing from that attack. This guy here is either going to attack Mozilla or Agni. He's going to attack Mozilla. With a 7, he's unable to do it. This guy here is going to have to walk forward to where this Witherling died. And he's going to attack Agni or Mozilla. He will attack Agni. This is a 15. Does that hit you?
Yes.
All right. Agni, please take from me 9 points of piercing damage.
Agni goes down, and so does Mozilla.
Ooh,
Damn.
unfortunate. Agni begins to hover on the brink of life and death. The last veggie pygmy is going to run up here and take a bite at good old Blondie. That is a 12. That will not succeed. All right, Blondie, it comes to you. What will you do?
Joy. So hypothetically speaking, you said there's moonlight in here.
It was the daytime, so this is technically sunlight, but yes, this was meant to be a skylight for the moon.
Can I just fly out of here?
You look up and you see grasping vines choking and closing the hole through which you, flew up.
I've
or,
got flight in
crawled
the
down
hand
to.
axe, right?
Look at this dude trying to run away from his death. Die like a man.
I've got flight in the
Die
hand.
like a man.
I think you can do enough damage to kill this thing, honestly. As weird as that sounds.
Well, I have 10 HP.
It's not
Oh.
even bloodied. It's
Well.
not even bloodied.
So
I mean, we've
that's what
only
I'm
hit it
asking, Greg.
twice.
If I disengage and fly straight up, and then I start hacking at those grasps, I have this flight for a while.
And
Can I
grab the
cut
rope.
through and get out?
You could try.
Um,
I will
Shame for
transfer the HP left on this guy to the vines. You fly up and try to attack the vines. You can't attack them this turn unless you'd like to take attacks of opportunity to fly up.
I absolutely would not like to take that opportunity.
Okay.
No, thank you.
So you fly up there. At the end of your turn, he's gonna try to lightning strike you. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
It's gonna be 17.
That is a pass. Please take half of 6 lightning damage.
Okay.
The Knoll Witherlings, do not believe have the ability to attack you. Nope. So
I don't think anybody should.
one is gonna stand right above Talon, and one is gonna walk over here to where Agni is, and that is their turn. Melody, please make me a death saving throw. That is another success. You're 2 and 1 now.
Yes.
Perfect. At the end of the turn, things are going to start healing as he screams. Everything is going to go up to D6. Everything is going to go up 3 HP. Agni, it comes to you. Please make me a death saving throw. That is
Okay.
As well.
that is a success.
me do-
Talon, I think I skipped you. Please make me a death saving throw. That is a failure. The Needle Blights will go. This Needle Blight definitely can shoot at you. It will be a disadvantage for range.
Yes.
That is an 8. That will not hit you. This one will shoot you as well. That is a failure as well. The Thorny Veggie Pygmies can't do anything. Blondie, it comes to you.
Alrighty. I am going to attack the vines. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with a two-handed quarterstaff.
All right.
Um,
AC 10. That hits.
15. I'm going to break the quarterstaff, so that's going to do max damage, which at this point is going to be 16.
You do 16 damage to the vines. They do not break free.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action. You said AC 10, right?
AC 10.
So that's going to hit, and I'm going to do an additional 7 points of damage.
Do your monk strikes count as magic yet?
No.
All right.
None of this is magic.
Yeah, the quarterstaff I'm okay with. You can't really fist a vine very effectively.
Ah.
That's you.
Sounds like a man who's never
Learning.
tried.
At the end of your turn, Blondie, I am going to need you to make me a dex saving throw.
Possible for me to move away from the entrance and then move back to
Wherever
avoid,
you are, lightning's getting called at you.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Damn it!
That is
fail.
a fail. Please take 12 lightning damage.
Blondie is knocked unconscious.
Okay. Everyone in the party is unconscious.
I have a golden medallion of mourning, Gray.
Yes?
As Blondie falls unconscious and hits the ground, and he can feel the blighted nature around him starting to surround him and get ready to ritually open their bodies and spill their guts. He is going to approach death, basically, and make a bargain.
Very good. The medallion does offer you a chance to make a devil's bargain with death. Would you like to make said bargain?
Now I'm thinking about it.
What's the bargain?
Well, you offer something that means a lot to you.
Yeah, what is the bargain?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's really even worth it, right? To like offer something meaningful to death just to get back up. Because if the deal was acquired, I go to 1 HP instead of. Well, I guess then I would never fall to the ground, right? I would be up still attacking the vines. So I guess that is a pretty big bonus because you fall to 1 HP instead of 0.
Just always have disadvantage on deck saves.
Yeah, sure. I think I would offer my like all of my Azumar abilities, I think. So my Celestial Revelation, my Healing Hands, all of it. My resistances, I think I would just go back to basically being a normal person.
You offer a very part of yourself to death. Not only that,
Nice.
you offer a celestially like touched, angelic part of yourself. Death accepts. Death is eager to get their hands on this part of you. You lose your Azumar traits, but in return, you gain 5 temporary hit points and fall to 1 HP instead of 0.
Doesn't he
Yeah.
then immediately collapse to the ground?
You
and
then begin
die?
falling to the ground.
Well, what I was going to say is, can I make a athletics check to
I
try to grab
would
up the
very
rope?
much like for you to make an acrobatics dexterity check
Yeah.
as you fall to the ground.
Would athletics
You-
not work for me grabbing the rope? Because the rope is already up there,
Oh, there is a rope up there. Sure. I'll give you an athletics check.
and I'm still raging, so I get advantage on this.
Okay.
That's going to be a
Nice.
16.
A 16 is enough. You grasp the rope, hanging onto it, dangling above the cave below, but you do not manage to escape this turn. The Knoll Witherlings stand there. They don't have anything to do to hit you. Melody, please make for me a death saving throw. Ooh.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the turn, things start healing again. Talon, it comes to you once more. Please make me a death saving throw.
Alright, I'm stable.
You are stable and no longer bleeding out. Excellent. Talon, you will regain consciousness in 4 hours. Yes. Agni, please make me a death saving throw.
Oh
Agni!
my!
Your
God.
eyes spring open. You recover your life essence with 1 HP. You are surrounded by enemies at the altar. Blondie above you dangles from a rope. What do you do?
I would like to do something maybe a little special, Greg.
Okay.
I would like to conduct a druidic ritual of sacrifice to allow the last remaining party member, Blondie, to escape.
Oh.
And I would like to plunge a dagger into Agni's own heart over the altar, just to give a brief chance for the vines to open up.
Ooh, to sacrifice your very own character. I like this bargain. Yeah. You don't need to roll.
All right.
You don't need to roll. You plunge a dagger into your chest. You will seal the fate of those below, but fire erupts forth, burning. You know what? Death has been called here today. Death has made a bargain once before. Death likes this deal a lot. He is fickle, though. Death cares not for your skills or abilities, only chance and luck. Agni, you've sealed your fate. But Melody and Talon are still technically alive. I want each of you to roll me d20s, unmodified by anything other than pure chance. A 10 or lower, Death will claim you. An 11 or higher, you will get the benefit of Agni's sacrifice. Oh. Oh, no.
Yeah. You know, you have a 20 you could use right now, Greg, for any role that you chose. You could save the level 1 person.
You could save Melody. She could tell the tallest of tales.
Ooh.
I don't deserve to live. I have this bow that's killing me.
All right. I do have a 20. I kind of like this. Melody, Death comes to you in particular, since you are a level 1 character, and it has been proposed by your party. Death will give you this 20 and take you away, but he requires a bargain, much like the medallion. Would you offer something to Death to take you from this place?
Yes, and I think similarly to Blondie, I would say I'd be fine relinquishing my tabaxi abilities, like my feline agility and my climbing speed, to just become pedestrian bard.
Oh, another part of your very fiber. Yes! Death accepts. Death will take you from this place in exchange for your tabaxi heritage. To do what with, you are uncertain, but it is in the domain of Death now. Agni, you plunge this dagger into your heart. Flames erupt around you. A towering inferno sweep away the creatures in front of you. They burn a hole through the grasping vines and moss and fungus that had closed this place off. And in an updraft, the flames sweep out Melody Talltales and Blondie. In this fire, you see some of these pebbles, like, on the table in your dying breaths, like, begin to shine and glow. What looked like just some rocks, hold a deep and powerful magic, and it is these that Death uses, placing them in the hands of the whisked away adventurers as they teleport away to the Traveler's Stone, fleeing this place and leaving behind 2 dead adventurers and an unknown mystery to be solved. I think that is going to be where our session comes to an end. Sometime later, Blondie, perhaps conscious, perhaps not, and Melody will find themselves at the very gates of Antrim with stones in their hands that seem to have had their magic reused or used up. They seem to be mundane. A strange story to tell, for sure, but down 2 party members. A very somber tale indeed. I'm gonna add up some XP here. You did kill some things. 1 wood resource does somehow make it back to town. So Ansham receives 1 wood from the fiery sacrifice of Agni. You did collect that, and adventurers returned. I assume the mule gets here.
Yeah, the mule comes back 3 days later with the wood. And it's fine.
The mule comes back later. So 1 wood resource for Ansham. We found 13 gold pieces. I guess I'll just do this live. 13 gold pieces. We're gonna have 6 and 6, and 1 get taxed by the universe. So Blondie and Melody, please take 6 gold pieces. And then we have divided by 2, 305 experience points for each of our surviving members. 305 experience points from your adventures.
300 and what? 305?
305, yes.
You made it to level 2, Melody.
Very cool. I'm going to I don't know, quiet down now that there's no other loot to hand out. I'm going to turn it over to first Agni and then Talon to give a send off to their characters should they desire one, and then if anyone else has any shout outs, we'll hit them up and close off the stream. But Agni, or King Lyoko, I suppose. Do you have a send off for your character here?
Of course. I think as we all know, when we enter the mist, we must be prepared for death. And you know, I think that Agni lives on through his many business investments.
True. True. He lives on through his businesses and through his shop he created.
Yeah. So we'll see what I come up with next, but I look forward to it.
Awesome. Well, very cool. That was an interesting choice made. I thought that was cool. Very neat. Soul Crusher, any send off for your boy Talon?
The only thing that he regrets is he's like dying is not breaking the goddamn bow and that last attack to just do like 40 damage to this stupid thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you know, it's fun running around. I picked a ranger. I did, you know, it was probably the worst ranger stat rolls you could ever roll for a ranger, but you know, I did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what I get next time.
All right. Okay. Well, I look forward to your new characters in the Mist. Mega, McFly, any shout outs you want to make before you sign off? Anything you want to tell the internet?
Not from me.
Okay. McFly?
I think the only thing that Melody does sitting back at the Cloak and Stagger Tavern is whisper, and I thought we were gonna go dance for a tree.
All right. Well, thank you all for playing with me. I hope you had a very good time rolling some dice and watching us fight on here. I will see you guys again in the Mist.
Cheers.